Are we live? Okay, we're live.
Are we live? Are we
Okay, we're
live?
live now. We're live now.
Are we? Are we?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Jiang, where's the intro?
Hey.
Huh? Huh? What is Jiang doing?
Mime.
hello everybody. We're experiencing
guys.
some technical difficulties,
Yes, that's me.
but we would like to play to you our favorite intro.
Right about now. Hello, Bobby.
Everybody.
Yo, yo.
How's Penang, bro?
I just arrived today, and now I'm at the business center of Plaza Sayang Hotel.
So I'll ask you, where got behind there got images
hotel,
all?
bro. My favorite hotel in
it's-
Penang.
Is eerily quiet,
Yeah, nobody goes to resort to do business, bro.
bro. I'm at the wing of the building, right, that has absolutely nobody around.
I
The
know I
entire
visited
wing.
Plaza Sayang so many times. I've never been to the business center.
Yeah.
Bro, the entire wing is empty, and I'm in there in a certain room.
Well, at least if something happens to you, Bobby, we've got live video to tell you what happened. We got proof what happened to
dear
Bobby.
Oh shit!
Suddenly, behind Bobby's got see something hand coming out.
Woi, don't like that. Wait, don't wait.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We got some people saying hi to us. Can we say hi to them, Bobby?
Hey.
Hello. Let's go
Alright.
through. Hi Sherman, Sean, Yuvendra.
Manyam.
Yeah.
Hey, to all our Indian friends who are celebrating Diwali, hey, happy Diwali. Happy Diwali. Yeah.
And Tana, happy Deepavali.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh.
Awesome.
Tana, I have a
What?
question.
Hmm.
I saw a picture you posted where
Yeah.
it's your parents, right? Sitting
my,
on a couch.
It's my wife's father. Yeah.
Your in-laws.
In-laws. Yeah.
And giving something that looks like ang pao but in yellow
Yes.
color to your kids.
Yes.
Is that a long time tradition or?
See, in Malaysia, I think they're giving ampao in a money packet form. It's I think because the Chinese culture is there, we kind of
Yeah.
assimilate it. We do it. But
Yeah.
in India,
Yes.
they will give like clothes, something or a gift, or they give sweets and all that, like But in Malaysia, it's been transformed to like ampao lah, basically. And the best part is when the kids come and ask us, they ask, "Where's my ampao?" So Indian kids around the house, "Where's my ampao?" So it's like I'm thinking about this. How many years ago has gone through? The Malaysians Indian have said like kids say, "Where's my ampao?" Like, it is, bro. You Chinese fellas infiltrated us.
I have a tip. You know, ang pao, the ang, right?
Yeah.
Ang means red.
Red,
Oh.
yeah.
It's not even
So,
red.
so if you are giving yellow one, you call it ong pao.
This year my wife and my sister had a debate. He said, hey, how can what to call because I think people don't get offended by this kid. So one of my relatives came and gave the packets, and the packet they gave was also yellow. So Maybank had two yellow packets. One was this and that, and I said, hey, how come this Hari Raya? So they said, hey, how can Maybank is the same one, the same packet, same design? He was back Hari Raya. They said not fair. And then my sister was saying, Chinese got red, and then the Indians must use like purple or yellow, or orange, The Malays should use green, Why they use our color? So they had a big debate about what color was the race. And I was like, seriously. And then now you tell me ampao is a red packet. It's even more funnier because the Malays also give ampao,
Yes, it's green, right?
Yeah, but they also say, "Eh, mana ampau saya." They also say ampau the word.
Oh, this is epic, man. This is epic.
Malaysians are really epic lah.
Yeah, it's that's the beauty. That's the beauty.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, all right.
Hey, Thomas,
Uh,
Thomas, wait for that. Hour 24.
Oh, 24? Yeah, I got
Yes.
no thing. I'm fasting. We're fasting
Yeah.
today.
Bobby,
So
Thomas and I are
until I break
fasting
my
for.
fast tomorrow 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
We are doing a 36 hours fast, Bobby. Only water.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Please don't ajak me. I like my food.
Right, man. So what's on today? What's on today, bro?
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
Today is it's about today is a day where anyone who wants to buy BMW.
Oh man.
Oh man,
Thomas is
started lah.
lagging.
Oh, this is where the hand behind Bobby will come, is it?
No, I think it's
Something
the
early.
Rasa Sayang thinking, why this bugger working in the resort need to cut his internet?
Why they're using my bandwidth? Suddenly the bill started to go up. Something wrong there. So
I
so
will
we've
say hi
got
to
some
some people over here while Bobby is
yeah.
talking.
We'll say highlight.
Hey,
Okay.
Gary, Norman.
We got Derek there. Hi Derek.
Hey man,
We got
Derek.
Jasweet and the hi, how are you? We got Rain Rohit. Hey
Yeah.
hi. We got Wong
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm back.
Fine. We thought a ghost caught you, Bobby, but you're back. You're still here, so we're happy.
Hey, okay, back. So what's the topic
No,
today,
I was
bro? You say how
using.
you cut.
Oh shit! This is slow. Oh my god. Like, wait, am I very laggy? I am, right?
It was for a while.
You
Then
are.
we
Oh
came back.
no! Oh no! Can you all hear me?
Now it's fine.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we do the 3, 2, 1? Okay.
Okay.
3,
Three,
2, 1. Okay.
Okay.
Very laggy.
Quite laggy.
Quite
Oh
laggy.
shit! Oh shit! Okay, let me change back to Shangri-La connection.
Oh, okay.
So what we're talking about today? Let's
Okay.
start the
So
guest.
today is about buying a BMW, and I think it's one of those things like everybody as a car guy, like you're like BMW is the brand to have, like if you're a car guy, you yearn for a buy BMW. And today we've got some guests coming later, but I
Is
guess
this
any questions about BMW, guys, please ask away,
hello?
and we'll try to
Hello?
address them. Hey, Bobby.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
You have if you're a car person, you have to have BMW inside your sphere of
Hi.
attention. In fact,
You know,
almost in the middle of it. Right?
hi, Bobby. I can we can see you.
Hi Bobby, what's up?
Hi, Bobby. Now we don't know
Am
you're
I still
taking it or
here?
not. You're here. You're here.
Yes,
Okay.
You're
yeah.
here. So Tromo was saying about how
3,
if you're a
2,
car guy.
1. Okay.
Okay, do again.
3, 2,
Three,
1. Okay.
2, 1. Okay, we're good.
Oh shit!
No,
That's
we're
very
good.
slow.
Don't worry, we're fine.
Really? Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
no problem. So Thomas was saying about how a true guy must have a BMW.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You must consider it or even have in your center of attention. You must have it in if you're a car person, you're a car guy, it's in your attention for sure and very
must-
near
you
to
must-
the center of attention.
You must desire it, like guess lah. At least at the very least, it's a
Yeah.
you know how
Yeah, man.
Thomas like some brands give you mobility solutions. They give you a product. They give you something but for me BMW is one of those brands that give you the emotion It's a BMW.
Yeah.
It's more than just a
Hey,
brand or a tool
which BMW for you felt like it defined the brand for you? Like you felt like wow, like which BMW?
For me, I know that I will say this, but you'll hate it For
Yeah.
me, the BMW which I saw and like wow was the E60 and the E46. That
The
era.
Bengal era.
Yes, correct. I don't know why such a big fan of Bengal, Chris Bengal. I love for some reason. I mean, the cars that I like, he made it. I like the obviously the Fiat Coupe. He made it. So there's a lot of cars that he has done and he's touched, and like, wow, I actually like this guy, like, And because I want to be weird, I
Mm,
want to be like not follow the
quirky,
crowd,
different.
quirky and different. So yeah, for me the E46, the light, that's right, like wow. And then the E60 was like when all cars are making like typical cars, and then they like came out with this car, like, oh my god, just groundbreaking design in my opinion lah, from back then,
Yeah.
So that's me lah.
For me, it
Mm.
was the E39. Because
Mm,
the whole time before my auntie from Singapore bought the E39, I was super JDM. I like, wow, Subaru, Evo, wow, MR2, like, wow. And then my auntie brought back, my father had, KE70, had a Mazda
mm,
626,
mm,
and then Honda Accord SM4. Then my auntie came back with a 5 Series and sat in the back of the car. And then when the car started to accelerate, right? Whoa, the engine is so smooth, like butter, like,
Mm.
whoo. I'm like, wait, Dad, what car is this? Then he explained to me, straight six, everything. Then I'm like, oh, then my dad took it to Toge, Segamat to Gemas. Then I was like, wow, this car is so cool. That's when I knew I grew up, I want a BMW also.
but when Thomas but the first Conti car which I sat in, and I went like, when I grew up I want to become like my uncle and I buy it. My uncle my uncle was a golf pro, and he had a M3 E30. Bro,
Ooh.
I tell you, bro,
Oh,
he,
really?
he, was- he was he was a, he was a, he was a baller playboy. He was the first in Malaysia to bring in the spoon back then. Like big money lah, no? And then the
Wow.
Honda spoon. Then so he was like crazy car guy. And then and I went to this car. I remember that one time we were going back from Klang after like a funeral thing lah. And then these guys were coming in like some big Honda, whatever, like chasing us, a new Honda. Then he went like, screw this fellas lah. He dropped gear and he chased them, and then he took out all the way. And I was like, oh my god! I said I must have an M3 in my life. So the E30 was like that,
Wow.
like. And then this is back in not so long ago. This was like 1990, yeah, around there, like.
Mm.
So during the 90s, lah. So yeah, so BM, man, BM.
Damn. My dad had a E28, but I never really liked it.
Mm,
I
Oh,
don't like
I
the
thought it was
shape.
good.
mm.
Sorry?
I think it's good looking, the Malaysian one, because the American one had the heart, the big bumper.
I don't like it. It still has the remnants of 1970s design from
Mm, mm,
Europe,
mm.
where the glass is very tall. Basically, the ratio of glass versus body. There's a lot of glass. I don't like that sort of design. Like the
Like
BMW 2002, 2002. I don't like
E30
that
also like that, lah,
design
bro.
at all.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
like it.
E30 also a bit like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
E30
Which,
reduced a
which,
bit already lah.
yeah, which is why E30 I can see and appreciate. I myself to buy it, I'm like,
Mm.
not really lah. No, not my thing lah.
Bro, you haven't driven my
No,
E30.
I'm,
Cannot
I'm
say
sure.
this.
Okay, I'll drive it and I'll do it. But I'm a person who I'm driven aesthetically. I must see the car. I'm like, oh my god, that's a beautiful BM,
Look
And
at
for me,
Space Now. My first BMW was a 318i. I hope it was
who's that?
E30.
Who's that?
For me,
Who's
the
that?
design that caught my attention is the E36 back then.
Oh,
The E36. It was the first time they put a glass in front of the roundel. The two roundels is the first time they put a glass in front.
correct. I
So I
find that
was
that
so
was the
smitten
most.
by that.
I find that's the most. I mean, even now when I look at all the 3 Series, that's the most masculine looking, in my opinion, lah.
Mm.
The most masculine looking 3 Series is the E36.
The
You know,
the proportions of the car make it look bigger than it is. On pictures, it looks big. And then on real life, you're like, hey, the car is not very big. But then
like
on pictures, it looks
I
big
think
because of the
E36
proportion.
is quite a big leap in the design language of E30
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
for the BMW 3
Oh,
Series.
yes.
I
Oh,
think they did it
yes.
very well. I think it's very handsome, looks
Yeah.
very well, and
Mm.
I think I don't know about the sales in the era, but I think it did very, very well, that the E36.
Actually, every BMW proportion can only trace back to E36 and not further.
Oh.
You look at E30, right? E30 proportion, right, doesn't fit the
Mm.
current BMW one. But the E36 proportion, the long hood, the short back, and then the body line that slightly goes up one, every single BMW from there onwards has this proportion.
Mm. But I guess they
Yeah.
also create the whole genre of this, like sedan, that sporty sedan is by Daimler. The three series was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their invention, like, through.
Mm,
And I always appreciate BMW for being honest, lah. Of all the cars, they're very honest in that segment of the 3 series, because it's always been
mm.
that sportier sedan. That's been true to that, lah.
Ah,
You know. So
and and of course the one that made me fell in love is the F06 lah. You know, the 6 Series Grand Coupe. When it arrived, right? Wow, my jaws dropped. Where the launch was done in, they booked the entire Avenue K ground floor, and then they
mm,
sealed it up, and then it was dark and all that. And then when I saw the 6 GC, my jaws just dropped lah. And I told myself like,
Mm.
wow, this car is beautiful, and never would I have thought that I would have a 6 Series later on. You know, it's like, yeah, man. All right. So, guys, today is very much about BMWs, and we're very glad that we have some guests that we will be inviting later on. They are two product geniuses from Ingress Auto, and for those of you who are thinking of or wanting to buy a new BMW, you can shoot your questions off, be it premium selection or whatnot. Don't ask too many about wow the E46 lah, E89 lah, E85 lah. What about the S65 engine? Can I turbocharge it? You know, what about M5? How to get lower road tax? You know, all this nonsense, no lah, huh? all this we live it.
today, let's realize a dream of how to buy a BMW, your new BMW. And
Yeah. You can ask them,
mm,
and yeah, then they'll come on board about nine ish lah.
mm.
So
So, to a question before that, Abhilesh has a
yes,
question. Your take
yes,
on the new BMW 530i LCI. Trying to get one. So, what's your opinion on this?
bye, bye.
Abhilesh, I'm so in love with the new 5 Series.
Yeah.
The hybrid or the what?
I mean, I drove
This I, this I,
obviously I
this
drove the
the
hybrid.
petrol.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
the 530i how is it, but just the ride comfort, how it is,
Okay, I've
the
never
whole
driven the
package.
LCI, but
Mm,
based on driving the 530e,
mm,
the suspension setup is
yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what I love about this car? Okay, I
Mm,
speak from a
Mm,
spirited driver point of view. When
mm.
yeah.
when the more G-force you inflict on the car, the more the car sits into the corner.
Oh yes.
It's you know,
I
like
I
most cars they tend to be stiff, right? So when you go in the corner, they go like this, right? But
mm,
the 5 Series, right, for being there's a 1.8 ton car, right? When you inflict more G-force, the car sit and sit and sit. You're like, whoa, so much confidence.
Thomas,
Lovely.
I felt as if the car was shrinking smaller and smaller as faster I go. The more
Yes.
faster, more harder I go, the more harder I drive. Became smaller and smaller. Like, hey, this is a small car, a big car. It's like it's
1.8
crazy.
ton, bro. 1.8 ton. And they're like,
It's
1.8 ton.
crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
1.8 ton.
The
Yeah.
530e is something else, like. But Bobby, the 530e and the 530i,
Yep.
the same platform. I mean, there's also the weight issue, but that's the hybrid version has more power when you drive it in real life. I mean, I've driven the hybrid, haven't driven the
Mm,
530i LCI.
yep.
How do you compare the two?
I haven't driven the facelifted one,
Mm,
530i, but
mm,
even the one before this is is almost a perfect execution in my
mm,
opinion.
mm, mm,
And but I kind of felt that they really want to achieve everything. You know, it's like comfort. They want to be there, ride, handling everything. They want to be there,
mm,
and that time I remember the pre-facelift. I felt that the car is just too comfortable.
mm,
It's like crazy comfortable. Is by far more comfortable than the E class back then. So
mm,
LCI wise, I'm not sure,
mm.
but I can't
But
see the gear far
mm,
away from that.
but Thomas, like I was telling Bobby the other day, my wife got in the 530e, and she's been through all these cars that I bring back to test drive, ma. Then her mind was like, wow. I said, wow, this car's not bad, if you buy, yeah. And she said, yeah, but a bit higher. I said, no, I think okay, can buy. Then Then she said, how much is it? It's like 500, 700K, is it? I said, no, it's 3 plus. So in her
Yeah.
mind, the level of what the, because I mean, for her, woman doesn't know about cars, but she sees the car for the value, the comfort, how it drives, the value it brings. It's
Mm.
a 500K car, value wise, That's a beautiful thing.
And you know what?
Beautiful.
I'll say this also. Since we talk about the 5 Series, this is my favorite car to be chauffeured around, even I'm in India, because
Mm.
the rear seats, you get full leg seats, full length leg seats. It matters. It matters because it supports your back. So your
Mm,
your your
mm,
thighs are being supported. Your back can
Yes.
rest.
mm.
And
Yes.
then what I like about the design is that it's a lot of lines, so it's very calming. When you get off a flight and then you 4 hours flight, and 5 hours flight, and then you go into a meeting, you don't want all the distraction and the less fancy things going around, the better it is. So I actually always insist, even though sometimes they tell me, oh, we got the new e-class. I say, no, no, I want that.
Mm.
Or if and I just prefer the 5 or 7. The rear room always feels better when you need that. It actually is more comfortable. And you know how bumpy Mumbai roads can be and Delhi roads can be. Delhi is not so bad. Mumbai one is, oh, I tell you, Mumbai one is safari. Like
I see what you mean, like, because like I'm always about when I drive a car, I hate things that distract me. The lines, like too rounded stuff, But so some people love the fact it's flashy. Some people love. I mean, nothing's wrong either way.
Yep,
But
yep,
my personality, I want to be driver focused, looking on the road, and very
right,
simple lines. And I think the BMW lines are the new ones are beautiful.
yep.
Mwah.
What did people
I
say? Do it, Thomas.
actually,
What is do it? Do it. What
yes.
does it mean?
Pardon?
Do it, Thomas. But do what?
Oh, so who's this? Someone to do it. We'll buy the thing, like, I guess,
I wanna know how many from the audience, right, are thinking of buying a BMW but haven't owned one yet. You know?
Type one on so we know who you are.
Yeah. Like you're thinking, you're toying with the idea, but you heard your friends, uncle, aunties, punya, cousin, grandfather tell you that one oil change costs 20,000. You know, it's like it's like
Wow, quite okay. What's that? Adrian,
quite a
CK,
few.
Derek, Mahesh Warren, Chin Sui Ho, one at
Wow,
8:30 touring. Hey, don't throw us, lah, Chin. Theophilus,
wow, it's quite a lot.
Siva, Aaron, Jack,
No,
Ian.
I just want to ask this. Don't you? Okay, I'm sure all of you have heard non BMW owners telling you that it's crazy to maintain one. And then on the other hand, actual BMW owners all telling you that it is very affordable to maintain one.
Yep.
Don't you all think so? It's like,
Yeah.
Tana, are you gonna reveal? No, right? You're not gonna reveal anything.
Yeah, I mean, I can reveal, like, no, it's fine, like, no, I mean, for no, no, I mean, nothing much, like, nothing fancy. So my journey into cars is basically,
Maserati.
I'm no, no, it's not Maserati, lah. I'm buying cars and stuff, and I think for my wife, trying to get her on the path of breaking that, I guess, discomfort. A lot of people see cars like, oh, I cannot own this car, it's too difficult to own, So I broke my thing with Audi, and with her it's a BMW, and I bought for her a 333 OE, the F30, so it's a hybrid, and people say, oh, don't buy hybrid, but I bought a hybrid. I bought a 3 series hybrid, and I think that of all the hybrid, this is me from a hybrid guy saying, of all the hybrid manufacturers, I think BMW is one of the hybrid manufacturers that are very invested. They invested in hybrid technology for the near, like, 10, 15 years. I mean, you can see that, because if not, they won't keep the current model in hybrid, and they're selling it, So that gives me assurance, lah, to say what I can buy the F30 T3OE, and I bought it. Still under warranty, though, under warranty up to middle of this month. And my wife is now, like, coming out of the shell, like, okay, trying a BMW, so yeah, so I'm all about pushing your boundaries of what you can and cannot buy. And she coming from Almera to a BMW, for those who are listening. So even if you own an Almera, you know what, next car can be a BMW.
Nice, nice.
you know
So she went from Almera to BMW.
Myvi, Almera, BMW.
Ah.
Good job,
Oh.
And then a month ago, we have a friend from Myvi to M5.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
wait. The best part, Bobby. The best part. Yesterday, we're driving back from Genting, and she said,
Mm.
she saw okay, I shouldn't say no comparators, but she saw the GLC. It's like, I think the X6 looks better. I was like, what? I said, yeah, I think it looks better, very sharp, it's bigger and nicer. The X6 is quite nicer. So I was like, I'm very proud. My wife now talking about cars and models and how the shape looks like, So
Mm.
becoming a car
Wow.
person. So yes, there you go. Uh, my Trident is on the way. I find it's on the way. Everything is step by step. You must do one at a time. You know,
Trident,
I'm, I
bro, is Trident on the way.
Actually, Tana, I suspect,
mm,
right? You wanted the BMW for yourself, but then you tell the wife for you, so
no,
you
no,
open another
no,
opportunity for yourself.
no. I this is everything. I talk to her. It's your car. I told her that I won't drive this car. This is your car. I've got my
Bobby,
Porsches and my other cars.
there's no use saying
So
this
this is her
now
car.
because we are recorded, we are live, and any of these can be evidence against Tana. So if you
Oh,
want to find out
Oh,
what he's really thinking, we're taking out to having a beer, then we ask him what is his strategy.
no.
Right? You follow Nas, right? Strategy, conquer, fight, right? Strategy.
The strategy is opening her mind to other cars, and I think a lot of people out there
Ah.
who
So
are,
if
who
I
are
can
watching
open
this.
up to BMW, the Trident also can come lah.
Yes, definitely. Because see, husband and wife, but like a lot of you out there who are watching this show now, when you ask them to buy a car, they say, "Oh, my wife doesn't love me, my mother doesn't love me, or parents."
yeah.
But why? Because they haven't experienced yet. The only way to do is experience it, and once you're there, and you're like, actually, not so bad. It's not that bad to maintain and look after. But it begins with breaking that boundary, lah, and that barrier of your mental thought. So that's why wait for that. So yes, Thomas.
Nice.
There'll be an Italian V8 in my garage one day soon.
Tana, you saw the pictures, right? Our team today went and checked out the car for you.
I saw. I like why?
Maserati Gran Cabrio. This is
Yeah.
how this is how much we love you.
Why were they there? Why were they there?
Yeah, I do not know anything about it until I saw the pictures. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have to interrogate Chiang, HP, and Brian
What the hell they
later
were
on.
doing?
All
Okay,
right.
shall I bring our guest
Yeah.
in?
Come, let's
Yeah,
bring our
we
guests
will.
in. We
So
have
first,
two BMW product
first
geniuses.
we got Ezar
Hello,
Ahmad.
hello. Welcome to our
Hello.
crazy little talk.
Hello. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes.
Hello,
Good
Ezra.
And we got
Yo,
Amar
yo,
Shazi.
yo.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's
Yeah.
nice to be on the show tonight.
Sorry if you're a bit hyper over here. We're loud and
I
hyper.
like the energy. It's getting me hype.
It's
It's like all the
BMW
naughty
love,
boys in the
man.
class, The naughty boys in the class.
Yeah, correct.
We'll fit right in then.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
So why don't you tell
All
us
right.
about yourself?
Okay, I'll introduce myself first, then I'll pass it over to Amma.
Yes.
My name is Ezha,
Yes.
ex-product genius from Ingress Auto Damansara. Now I'm the corporate sales advisor there. So used to dabble a lot in terms of products and explaining to customers on what they're actually getting into when purchasing a BMW. Not just any other vehicle, but it's about the lifestyle and like everything like what you guys explained earlier. So yeah, that was a pretty fun time to be a product genius. So I'll pass it to Amma.
Hey, yeah, my name's Ammar. So I do what is I used to do. I just joined this year in January. So if there's any questions you guys like to ask, feel free to ask me over the live show. And you can also drop by at our showroom. Just look for me or my colleague named Zarif. We are both product geniuses in Ingress Damansara. So feel free to ask us anything.
I have a question. Even if I'm not
Yeah.
buying a BM now, can I come and see you all to talk to the product genius and get to
I
know
think-
about BMW?
I think once you talk to the product genius to know about the BMW, you will buy the BMW.
That's why they're called
Awesome.
genius, bro. They're genius. They can turn an inquiry into a sale.
Bahaya. Racun itu benar.
But yeah, actually the whole reason why we have product geniuses is to give the customers a stress-free environment where we're not pushing on the sale, but we want to educate the customers on what they're actually getting into when you are looking into BMW, not just the looks, but the technology behind it, actually experiencing the drive feel of the car. Yeah.
Normally when people come to you, I guess what's the most common question non-Conti owners come? And this is because I think like a lot of them come from Japanese cars. They're like,
Yeah.
you know what, I've come to a point in life, I want to go to a Continental car, and their first car is like, I want to get a BMW. What is the first thing normally they'll ask you about? Or maybe
You
it's
guys
weird,
actually you guys actually covered that earlier, the maintenance part of it.
the maintenance part lah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
very expensive, right? To like, maintain a BMW. We're like, actually, no, it's 5 years or 100,000
Free,
kilometers free service.
free service.
Yeah, and then they still don't believe you. Like, huh? Free? Yeah,
It's a lot of old stigmas, lah. Let's put it this
yeah.
way.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
even
there's some
after
questions from the
warranty,
audience.
the warranties are not that bad also.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
So
So do you go to questions first,
that's
or how?
okay. We can take one from Carlson. Any
And Eric
pure
and Eric
excellence M Sport?
Any pure
both of them.
excellence?
I like to do questions. Yeah.
Imperial Blue with Connect.
Oh, we
So-
actually do have a pure excellence unit for sale, but not in Imperial Blue, unfortunately. We have it in Emerald White.
Actually, Imperial Blue has been discontinued for the M Sport model, so you don't get
Mm.
that anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Carlson,
There's one over
you drop a PM into our Horizon Facebook. Just come to Facebook/Horizon, and maybe we can hook you up and then help you with whatever model that you're looking for.
Mm.
All right.
He said he was driving a Honda, and then he had a Audi A6 hybrid, and then he's looking now into a 740e. I saw in his chat earlier.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
Nice
Carlson
job.
is my, I
Oh,
think
look at
Carlson
that,
is
bro.
it's my group lah.
Ooh, yo.
Eric
This next
Ge.
one, Eric Ge.
Okay, Eric
Okay.
is saying, "Yo, what's up, guys? I want to join the league of BMW. I was comparing between the 320i M Sport, 330e M Sport, and then the 218 M Sport. Which is the best to get started experiencing a BMW? Well, judging by his look, he is definitely below 30.
Well, to answer your question, it really depends on what you want, how you use the car exactly. If you start with the 218, of course, that's the entry point to BMW cars. But of course, the bread and butter of BMW is the well-known 3 Series range. So these car prices are within the same range. They're not too big of a difference in price, especially in our year-end offerings this time. You can know more later. We'll explain to you on our upcoming event this weekend. So, Eza, do you have anything you want to say about this?
I think
what do
you
you think about?
pretty much covered it, but it boils down to what type of usage you're going for. If you're looking for a very comfortable daily driver, you can't go wrong with a 320i. You want to save the environment, go the hybrid route. You save fuel, less CO2 emissions, but don't get the hybrid wrong for being just fully economical. It's very punchy as well.
Yep.
Looking at 420 Newton meters of torque right there.
Yep.
So
I mean, for me, I think the hybrid delivers something very unique. People say don't buy hybrid. I bought a hybrid. I bought an Asus hybrid. Now I bought a 330 hybrid. I just find that it's something you can't get in any other drivetrain.
Yeah.
Once you're into it, you're like, I need that hybrid
Yeah.
talk in my life. It's just something different altogether.
completely agree with what you have to say.
Very modern.
we
Like,
have
very modern.
customers- we have some customers, once they've driven a hybrid, like, I cannot go back to a standard combustion engine. I need that instant torque that a hybrid delivers. Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
addictive.
I
Seamless lah.
almost
It
don't
feels
mind the
seamless.
sound. I don't mind anything else, but that's the internal talk. Like you pump it, it goes.
Yep.
It just pulls. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
But I
very
guess
easy.
But I guess
Yeah.
question now, this question is like, what do you define as the BMW experience for you personally?
For me, it's okay. I'll give you a little bit of backstory. Before being a product genius, I had not much. I've been a car person, but I had not much experience with the brand. So when I actually got into the program, test driving the cars and feeling it, exploring it, that's when you realize, oh wow, this is really something else. The way it drives, the power delivery, the handling, and it doesn't stop there. But the whole iDrive system on its own is quite a technological marvel, lah, if you ask me.
Mm.
Yeah, and to top that up, BMW has the My BMW app inside. It's actually a connected services that it's based on subscription-based service, and there's a lot of things that you can do with the app, like locking your car remotely wherever you are, checking on the car status, even a vehicle finder inside the car. So especially like since we're talking about hybrid cars, you can even turn on the full air conditioning system right through your phone via the app. So I think it's really handy.
Wow.
Did you know
And,
that?
I think you mentioned about the lifestyle effect. I think that the things like your card, the access card to unlock the car, those are important
Yeah.
things because you want to have a lifestyle and you want to go do outdoor activities. Having that card in your pocket and not the key are important. Like the whole ecosystem is, I think it's there with the BMW. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
there's even the BMW digital key. Have you guys ever heard of it before?
Oh, with the phone, right?
Yeah,
Using
with the phone,
to,
yeah.
iPhone.
So yeah,
yeah.
using the
You know,
iPhone.
I love the iDrive. I just so intuitive, so easy to use. You know,
Exactly.
just effortless lah. Like you're driving and you go like clack, 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 clack. Okay, I get what I want already. You know, you can keep your eyes in the
Yeah.
road, and then after like 6 months, you don't even need to look at the iDrive. You just go clack, 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 clack. I get what I want already. Click, 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 click. You know,
Yeah.
that's it.
Very straightforward. Although it has a lot of functions, but to access the functions is very easy.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
really
they
appreciate about the iDrive.
define. I guess they define what's a iDrive. I mean, all the car does it now, but they like define the whole genre of iDrives. So is that now you're in the
You
sales
cannot say other
side.
brands.
How has the shift be from where you were a product genius to what you're doing now? How is that for you?
Actually, like I'm doing corporate sales, so I deal more with companies and things like that. So when you have the experience in product, prior experience, when you actually talk to customers and things like that, you know your thing in and out. You know, you can go down to detail and especially the tougher questions, it's much more easier to highlight to customers. And as you get to know a certain customer, just by talking to them for 5 minutes, you understand what they are looking for in the car. So through that, you can immediately, okay, you are more into the technology side of things. And the good thing about BMW, it caters for each segment. Technology, drive feel, handling, everything is covered.
And I always wonder about this when people come and ask about cars selection. People order certain colors, right?
Yep.
Does the order that come to you define what make it in the factory, or the factory make a color and you must sell the car? Sorry, it's a weird question. I always wonder this, because certain cars, certain models are got this colors, are very prominent colors, Which one fits the which? Is it like?
Should I just leave you wondering, or you want me to answer the question?
I want to know.
Yeah, please answer.
It's given to us like, okay, this month you have this. Okay, go for it. But of course, with the more popular colors, there's a higher amount of production. But certain colors, every color, I mean, color is a personal preference. So every color has a taker for it. Yeah.
Yep. And I guess what I call just going back to your Ingress 30th anniversary sales offering. We have to talk about that. I mean, 30 years. My God.
Yeah.
Ingress for 30 years. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Thomas.
Yeah,
that's like almost your lifetime, boss. They've been around.
Thanks for revealing my age on live TV.
30 years, man. I'm a bit older. So what's happening here with this deal here for, I guess, in Ingress Auto?
Okay, yeah. So because it's our Ingress 30th anniversary, we are doing an event at the showroom this weekend. Very SOP compliant event.
Mm-mm.
So as what you can see from the poster on the screen, we're giving complimentary advanced car eye, complimentary tinting, AirPods Pro. There'll be a lucky draw, so you can stand a chance to win a BMW. The Apple Watch, the Samsung Galaxy Flip, as well as the Microsoft Surface Pro. So all that is up for grab for
How do we
customers.
enter? How do we
Wow.
enter the lucky draw? Must we buy a car? Can I
Yes, of
walk in
course.
and must buy a car?
Yes, correct. And then if you book a car over the weekend, you will leave with a BMW goodie bag. Don't worry, Tana. We'll give you a good trade-in rate for your 330E as well.
Ah! No,
You can leave with a G20 330E.
You're talking to a
I'm
genius,
thinking-
bro.
Whoa!
Trust
But-
me, you won't regret dropping by.
Wow, I'm tempted, Bobby. Now,
Isa, can I trade in my 6 Series Cabriolet? I don't need a lot lah, just 500k would do lah.
Oh.
We can work something out. No promises, but we can try. It's
I
got a
love this guy,
special
bro.
paint job. Special paint job going on as well.
So much positive attitude. Even with all these things thrown at him.
No, Thomas, you think about it, right? I'm just doubling up on a S2000's value, you know. Given that the car originally cost like 3-4 times the price of a S2000. It's like,
cheers, make it bigger. Wow, I see.
oh,
I see.
Gary
I see
wants to
some-
trade in his X5.
Wow.
Yeah, he wants to trade in his X5 already.
We've actually got quite a number of customers trading in the previous X5 for the new X5, the 3-liter one now. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
for the F05.
Mm.
It's interesting. I see that certain cars, it's almost like you can't replace one another because they get an X5. They're like, it's just another X5. Keep
Yep.
replacing, keep going, and keep going, and keep going. You know.
Yeah.
But as you keep replacing, you're also buying into more advanced technologies. You know? Not identical. Even some customers, they change from a pre-facelift to a facelift variant.
Definitely.
Like let's say for the 7 Series, although it's just a facelift, but the technological advancement is quite vast.
If I had a wish list, as I will be, I hope BMW makes more interesting interior color.
More
Because color wise,
Color.
because the common color is all black because the people like black. But
Yeah.
Tana must have purple
people
color,
like
bro.
me-
Purple
no,
color.
bro. I'm talking about like cream or white
Cream,
or
yeah.
tan or coffee. You know.
Yeah.
But the Malaysian market, I think they want black lah.
Right.
Black interior.
It's
Yeah.
basically the Malaysian
driven,
market, or Asian market per se. Because if you go to like BMW UK website or BMW Germany, your options to individualize is there. But now with the newer models like the X6, or if you want to order an M850i, M8, you can opt for those colors and we'll bring it into you. Just a 6 months lead time. Meanwhile, you can use the 330E, then we'll take it 6 months later and then we'll give you.
Sell my kidney and then
Tana,
then
focus.
I get two kidney. Sell my kidney to buy a kidney. How is that, man?
If
the
I have a question. If someone, sorry, I've been lagging just now. Can you all hear me? Okay, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Totally fine.
All right. If someone really want to customize their own interior color specs and all that, right? Regardless of the price, you all can order it in for him, right? CBU.
Yep. If the model is being offered, feel free. Like CBU models, you are open to all options, interior, exterior options. If BMW offers it, you can spec it.
CBU lah.
And the BMW individual, you know, the customization division, right?
Right.
Does it go all the way down even to like 2 Series or 3 Series?
No.
No, right? That one is
It's like 7, X7, more on the higher
I
end
see.
GKL segment and above.
Understand.
etc.
Yeah. Those cost a bomb, right?
Depends.
Yeah.
Like a certain paint job will be an additional 7,000 to 8,000 ringgit, subject to the color of choice.
Yeah.
Like the
bad.
iX40, the new iX being launched, you can spec the Aventurine Red for about 7,000 to 8,000 ringgit. It's not that much if you
Ooh.
look into the scale of
You
it.
can
Yeah.
even play around with the interior options. You can get the really. I think you guys have seen the red leather interior option. So that's an option of about 21,000. It's
Nice.
a totally
Nice.
different leather altogether. So yeah,
Oh,
it's
lovely.
supposed to be sustainable leather.
Can I
That
ask about
that's
what's the story with the EV and how it's happening? What's the what's the inside secret? What's the
it's
story? I'm sorry if I'm hijacking this, but how is it happening with EV? Are we expecting something this year, next year with
well,
the incentives?
the cars, the first batch of orders have already opened, and actually they're already fully booked.
Wow.
So customers, yeah,
Wow.
customers will receive their cars somewhere next year in March or April, around there. And we do have a number of orders ourselves by Ingress, and actually
Yeah.
we are already taking orders for the next batch. So all these
Can they
yeah, sorry.
sorry, can they still place booking this weekend? They come for the Ingress 30th anniversary.
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
And it's interesting, Thomas. Even on the EV incentives, so like my friend booked before the whole announcement.
Yeah.
You know, so people actually, I mean, even before the announcement,
They
people are actually
want the
buying the
EV.
car.
They want it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
it's something new, like something very cutting edge, like.
Yeah.
So
It's the
those
technology in the car.
who
Sorry?
book
Yeah.
prior to the government announcement have the real upper hand, because the pricings have not been officially announced yet on the reduction, but
Yep.
they book the full price. So yeah, they're on the winning side of things,
Why is that?
Mm.
because there will be a reduction in the excise duty and things like that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I think people are going to buy electric cars like hot cakes, man, especially
I-
after the
I-
recent announcement.
So really
yeah.
tax free, really tax free.
Supposedly, yes, we are waiting on official pricing,
Mm.
but by the looks of it, yes.
My
Really?
What's the
God.
ballpark figure? Mind if I ask?
Yeah.
Ballpark figure, let's say for
What's the ballpark
iX3.
after it's tax free?
Give us the highest lah, so we over deliver, under promise. Under promise, over deliver. You know.
I think you're looking at the high 300s,
Damn.
300s for the iX40. Yeah, I think it's
Wow.
a deal if you ask me.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tana,
if you guys
Tana,
don't know.
Tana, I can see you in that car, bro.
Started lah. Every car you see lah.
Okay, you drive the 330E until the
Bro.
car arrives, then you trade in for this car.
Yep, we can work something out.
It's how we give you the
Everything
best
can work
deal,
out.
Tana.
Everything can work out.
Of course,
Everything can work out.
everything can be worked out in life.
So yeah, we like to
But-
disturb Tana
but-
sometimes.
Yeah,
We all like to disturb
but
him.
the whole EV thing does intrigue me lah. I will definitely get an EV next year. You know, it's something that's in my mind.
Ooh.
Some EV lah. I don't care what lah. It must be. I must touch the whole EV and feel that whole technology. But yeah, fantastic, man.
To
Yeah,
be able to
I-
get your car next year, Tana, you have to book it with us already. You have to book it this year.
Ah,
Well, now I know there's a product genius in the English Auto. I
Yeah.
can go and ask the questions I want, and I think that's very important because I think people go and buy BMWs and they buy based on looks, but not necessarily on what they actually need lah. And I think that's the difficult part. Like when we review cars, we review for a day or two. We got some sort of feel of how it will fit our lifestyle because like I take my family out, my kids out, I have my kids, so I have a sense of how it works or doesn't work and where it'll work. But people don't know, and that's why we want to talk to people like you to understand. Like, okay, this is my lifestyle, and you say like,
Yeah.
for you, I
correct.
think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
seafood spoken.
Oh, we have a question here from our Mr. Average Savings.
how to decipher the current BMW nomenclature?
Yeah, the
nomenclature.
nomenclature.
My English not so power. Sorry, I don't know what that means.
So like now you've got the 330i and 330e, and before the 330 means it's 3.0, but now the 330i is actually a 2.0 engine, and the
Right,
iX40. So what is the whole logic behind the current nomenclature behind the BMW?
Oh,
I
What it
think the numbers is leaning more towards the output that is being generated by the car. So although both let's say a 320i and a 330i both are 2-liter engines, but One is about 184 horsepower and the other one is 258 horsepower. So if you label it both a 320i, nobody's gonna understand, which one am I buying. So the 320i would be what a 330i used to be in a 3-liter guys back in the day.
But isn't what the T3OI is being okay? The T3OI today is more powerful than the old T3OI.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the 320i today is also more powerful than the 320i back then.
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
So why don't call it like if it's 258 like 358 or something like that?
Yeah,
Bro,
I guess that would just confuse things even more.
Just joking. But yeah, but
they contacted the
I
Feng Shui
guess
people. It doesn't work already.
yeah, I understand. But yes, I think the fact is, Eugene, we are living in a world whereby if you got hybrid, you throw a hybrid there, like T3OE, like, where do you put the 3OE? The power is so much torque, so much. Where do you put it? Are you gonna put a E and D there because a lot of torque? Put a D because diesel, a lot of torque. You can't, right? So it's just the nature of what it is now, like, so you can't get away from
Actually,
it.
a lot of customers come in asking what is the difference between an I, a E, and a D. Like car people know, in and out. But just to explain to the audience, the I would be the standard internal combustion engine. The E would be our plug-in hybrids, and the D would be the diesel variants, which we no longer bring in currently. We are focusing more on the hybrid models.
And then the I is your EV.
Combustion
The I
engine.
in front.
The I in front.
The I in front is the fully EV car. Full EV. The I at the back is the internal combustion engine car.
The I in front is
I.
intelligent. The I at the back is injection.
Well, I guess then I8.
Well,
Yeah, I is,
that's interesting.
but it's a special car. You have to give it a special destination.
Yeah, it was a.
It's iX, no,
Hey,
iX EV.
Question, because I know some guys here, I see the comments, someone asking about I. Are these still IS available in premium selection with Ingress?
No longer available, yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
I think Tana, I think the whole, because BMW has always been at the forefront of pushing new technology, from a owner, right? I like what Thomas said just now. iDrive, BMW was the first to integrate everything in, right? And brake recuperation energy, brake energy recuperation. BMW was also the one that really pushed this forward. Start stop as well. The meter that shows your efficiency when you are using your car, show how much fuel you're using and all that. All these things. So when the whole hybrid thingy started, BMW jumped on it very early. And premium brand, they market their stuffs, everything they need to coin a name to it. But as technology is finding, when you are at the forefront, right, you are finding your way, circumnavigating around how it goes. So how many here remember active hybrid? The active hybrids, right? And they play, and then there was a time where they have the S drive with the X drive, rear wheel drive means S drive, 4-wheel drive means X drive. So I think they were finding their way lah. But of course, as we follow them along during this transition period, we were scratching our head lah, hey, what's going on? I want to ask one thing to Amar. Are all BMWs now still getting 5-year maintenance free, or
yes,
what?
That's right.
Still
so all the cars get the 5-year unlimited mileage warranty, and for the service included inside the price, we also give the 5 years or 100,000 kilometer free service. So this service covers your basically everything, your parts, your labor, anything you need to change except for your wear and tear, which are your tires, brake pad, brake discs, and also your wipers.
All right. What about M cars? Are there differences?
They're also the same, so don't have to worry about it.
So we can answer him. Maintenance is free. A lot of people have this notion of thought whereby, yo, this is an M car, maintenance must be expensive. But sometimes when they ask me like, hey, what about an M4? How much does it cost to service? I'm like, if you are within, if it's a new car, then of course it's free. But then given that it's a 3 liter car, likely you're gonna use 6 or 7 liter
More
of
oil.
engine oil, and then
Mhm.
your oil filter, not much. I mean,
Mm.
how much would it cost? Let's say someone that is out of the warranty, and then they bring back an M4 and then come to your place to do an oil change only. Do you all have a rough idea how much it costs for an M4, like 3 liter?
Unable to gauge on that. Yeah,
How
it
much
Oh,
has
is
just
to
an
that?
oil
be.
change.
I know for a non-M car lah, let's say like a 3 Series. The 3 Series, a normal oil change, you're looking at about 700 to 800, which is yeah.
I
For
tell you,
BMW,
a
yeah.
lot of people thought, oh, it must cost like 3,000-4,000 to do an
Yeah.
oil
Oh,
change.
yeah.
They always
Yeah.
have this impression.
Also, Bobby, I think that people have this conception that quantity cars are out to get you, and I think I will say from experience this reverse lah. Like I have a Japanese car, and I had a now a BM like under warranty. So under warranty we send for before the claim ends, and we just say, okay, please check and see. They
Yeah.
went through hell and back lah, everything, and
Ah,
they said, okay, we help you to claim. This one is like lebih kurang, we help you to claim warranty before the claim ends. So there is a pure intention by BMW itself
mm,
to make sure the customer walks away with good experience while under warranty. They make sure because
yeah,
they don't want people to come back with bad experience because they want them to buy another BMW. So I think that as long as you're doing with them, discussing with them, there is a good intention.
Yep.
That's important. Whereas
yeah.
the Japanese car that I spoke
Uh,
about, I would say brands like So my wife and my the one bought at the same time. So this one no problem. The other one got problem because I ask questions and the other one never ask questions. So so, so what I mean. So it's the SC that's there, the service advisor who tells you what to do and stuff. So I think that if you are scared about BMWs, don't be. The first 5 years is like totally maintenance free. They'll take care of you, and towards the end also they make sure the cars are, claim for and make sure everything is done and give you a proper car at the end of the 5 year period, like. So
Yeah.
people say,
yeah,
oh, people
Exactly.
say, oh, 5 years the car will break down, everything will go, everything will burn, and the car will just become a dust. It doesn't happen. Lah. Doesn't happen.
Because there's this thing called the end of warranty check,
Mm.
where they will actually go through the car with you and will assist you, not to like stop you from claiming things, but
Yep.
to assist you to claim
How to
things, to
claim?
make sure the car is like
yeah,
in
Mm.
proper order at the end of your warranty period.
Yep. Yep. And
Hey,
and
Yeah.
that's I think part of the relationship you build with people like Ingress Auto. You build a relationship with them, and then they'll help
hey,
you
just
out. Like.
just wanna say
Mm.
it. Eric, who's the asking about 330i, 330e, and then 218i. He says setting his eyes on 330e now. Hey, come along to this
Right.
Saturday. Might bump into
Yeah.
you, right?
Mm.
Actually, the 330E very minimal production this year due to the MCO and things like that. So I think we only have
yeah,
last 2 units left for the year. It's been selling like hotcakes. So we only
It's like
got
a
2 units left.
it's like a chip shortage, and is it?
Some that they focus on certain models of production
I
this
see.
year.
I see. I
Yeah.
see.
mm,
Yeah. I
So
I
that's
know. Yeah. I,
products.
I've seen in the forum for T3OE people. It's like hotcake. Like everybody say like, where's this mine? I want to get. So yes,
Yeah, yeah. People are just
it's a hot
waiting for
item.
that.
Yeah, it's a hot item lah this year
There you go. That's my service
Hmm.
manager's comment. Jack Lee.
for
Ah,
M cars.
M car 1,001
M cars.
I'm
for
looking
oil
at the
for
car.
service.
Nice
Hey,
car,
this
Jack.
is a performance car, kind of, and then you're
Yeah.
paying that kind of service, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
it's a
you know what I like?
performance
You know what I
car.
you know what I
You
like
must
about
you must
service?
you must remember.
A lot of people like they'll go for the cheapest service possible. I go for the most proper service possible because that's when they see the cars, any issue that is there, they'll check for you. So service
yeah,
is a opportunity to window to your car's future problems. So don't
Yep,
skimp on
absolutely.
servicing.
Yep.
Let's get the best
Absolutely.
possible service.
There's some people,
mm,
what they say, if I don't service, I won't know. If I don't see, nothing will happen.
Hey, Iza, I have a
and
question.
Yep.
yeah,
I'm a new BMW owner. I'm a
Right.
family.
mm,
Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on
Yep.
BMW.
Yep.
What's the story?
Okay. So on your
Yeah.
generation, just the F30 330E, right?
Yep. Mm.
Okay, so it's not available on the F30, but with the newer cars
Good
running
God,
on
yeah. Mm.
iDrive 7, so
Mm.
those cars are able to use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it's a subscription fee you have to pay. It's a one-off payment.
No wonder. No wonder it wasn't okay.
One
So
more
I see.
payment.
One-off
So
payment.
it's actually called smartphone integration right now. It
I
hosts
see,
the
I
Apple
see.
CarPlay and also Android Auto inside
see.
inside the package. Yeah. So for one
Okay.
price, you get both.
No wonder the test car I tried to plug in, it didn't work.
Yeah, it's actually wireless.
If the car has it, it's actually wireless.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to
Mm.
enable the feature. Okay.
Yeah.
Sean Co, the maintenance really free. First 5 years only paid 1,000 plus for a blown charge pipe, 528i LCI here. The rest others all claim je. Before my parents bought the new car, we were quite skeptical of the 5 year warranty and free service. Ha ha.
Yeah,
So there
that's
you
a
go.
very
Look at
common
it, it's
thing.
a beautiful white color F10 over there. You can look at that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely.
And charge pipes are a thing with BMW.
mine is still there, Tana. Mine
Yeah.
is still there. 10
I mean,
years car.
all the ones I've heard were charge pipes are the ones that really trash the car, like really like maximum
Yeah.
mileage and all that stuff. Thomas Yap,
Yes.
all that. Oh, sorry, I mentioned your name. Sorry, yeah. Thomas.
It's okay. It's okay. I will admit my M235i. When I first got it, I went Sepang and Tekan. My charge pipe burst.
I remember the story. That's why.
No, bro. My BMW guy told me, bro, your new charge don't tekan. Okay, don't tekan. Okay. Then I say, never mind. I tekan only. Then the second, third corner.
But it's a simple fix.
If they get a new car, it's under warranty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Then not under warranty because we don't have that time I bought my M235i of second hand lah. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh,
Any more
boy.
questions? Interesting
Much
questions?
fun. Okay. Let's see over here. You have any questions?
But I
guys?
do
Just let
have
us know.
one BMW that was under warranty was my 1 Series, my 118i.
Mm.
So same thing. My turbo had issues. Sent over there. They diagnosed after 1 week, 2 weeks. Then they found the solution. Paid nothing. They solve it. No fuss whatsoever lah. Yeah.
Okay. Question. This is, I guess, about for fuel. So obviously on the flap it says Ron 95. Can you use Ron 95 on a BMW?
of
I think it's
course.
perfectly
Yeah, I think-
perfectly fine on. You're looking at your regular 3 Series, 5 Series, your X cars. Ron 95 is perfectly fine if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's
All
also
our
recommended.
cars,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
minimum
our
90.
demo cars run on the RON 95. So
Say
whatever
again?
you feel during the test drive, our demo cars, the test drive
Oh,
cars,
okay.
they run on RON
Hmm.
95. So whatever you feel during the test drive, they're actually on RON 95.
That's good to hear.
actually- Yeah, you don't really feel the difference for our cars actually.
I think especially now that petrols are now Euro 4M already, so it doesn't regardless of the RON, right? We have a cleaner petrol than before lah. Yeah.
So this is a question about, I guess, the 320. So 330i Li and 330i, is it as harsh or more comfortable? Bobby,
I
have you
haven't
tried?
driven this car. I want to drive the long wheelbase. I haven't driven it.
Ezra, can we arrange one for Bobby?
That one is also selling like hotcakes. We only got one last unit left. So we
Really?
all the customers who
Yeah.
have bought 330 Li have bought it without test driving it. But
Wow.
suspension setup, it's more like the 320i. It's much more pliant compared to the
Nice.
the 330i is much more performance oriented. But the 330 Li is very comfortable.
What's the price again? The 330 Li?
The
It
330 Li is
300,000. 300,000.
Oh,
on the dot.
Yeah.
flat 300.
Yeah.
And that's
Nice.
with the extended warranty, or is it with
Yes.
the
Yes, it is.
extended
All,
warranty? Okay.
all BMW prices are with the warranty and service inclusive.
Yeah.
Mm.
How about this one? Is the 330e more comfortable than the 330i since it has M adaptive suspension?
That's a very interesting question, actually. Yeah, actually, the 330e has the adaptive M suspension versus the 330i's M Sport suspension. They do really differ in terms of performance. I would say the feeling of comfort is subjective. It really depends on how you drive and what kind of harshness you're used to. but I would say, in my opinion, yes, it does feel slightly more comfortable than the 330i.
So the 330E before they had the M Sport and not M Sport, and even then it was, I guess, it was. How do you define the M Sport sessions? Is it just harsher or it's just tighter?
Mm, well, it's a feeling that I don't really know how to describe it in words. Can you assist me to explain?
Okay, if you are the type to really push the car through the corner, go with the 330i M Sport suspension. You will not regret it. Yeah,
Mm,
that pretty much sums it up for me.
okay.
With the 330e, the M Sport, the F30 330e, the suspension was a fixed M Sport, but it was still slightly more pliant than the G20 330i M Sport.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the suspension on the F30 generation 330E M Sport suspension. You know, it's so pliant, even though it's an M Sport. You know,
Yeah.
and then BMW just dial it to 11 in the in the new 330i way.
It's
Yeah.
either
I
you
think
love it or you hate
they,
it.
they,
The
they
the
accidentally
new.
put an M3 suspension. Is it? It's like, oh,
I mean,
that one really.
it was great for us to drive it, fantastic. But I'm going like, wow, this is a really proper driver's car for daily use. You know.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like there is this notion that sometimes adaptive suspension is better, but I you got to remember when you have active setup, you have electronics, you have the even at the most harshest setting, it will not match a passive setup. You know, or it will a passive setup cannot write the same as an adaptive setup. And there's an advantage. It's always a mechanical advantage for adaptive. And I think for people like Azar said, you want that little bit more. You want that more connected to the road. And passive suspension is always the way to go, lah.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the performance models for a lot of cars. They actually go into one setup. You know, because it's just one, lah. Yeah, push the limits.
No,
Yeah.
we tell them a tip, Thomas. You want to play BMW slidey. The harder the suspension, the easier to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wanna drive like a hooligan, like me, then you
Wanna
get
be-
the one with
if you want to
the
become
massive
like
suspension.
become like commercial,
330i is the car for you.
the harder the better. So we covered this earlier, but I guess the question about the i4,
Oh
I covered a bit.
yeah.
When is it launching? Is there any dates?
There's no
Um,
specific date,
yeah.
but yes, I think it's in the cards to be launched.
Yeah, somewhere next year
I,
probably.
I
But
can't
we
wait
don't
to drive
know.
it, Bobby. It's gonna be fantastic.
You know, bro, when I first saw the
i4,
i4, I was like, whoa. Okay, you know the grill, right? I don't know. I love it. I love the i4. It just the silhouette. Wow. And then the time the launch color was gold color.
Yeah.
Oh, I look at it, it's like, you know.
bro. I keep
Thomas,
seeing one comment. I keep seeing this comment. This Jordan's keep asking. Okay, anyone with an i8 in our audience, please let me know. I know a lot of supercar owners here, so please, yeah, I'll drive it. I'll drive
You
it.
haven't
You
driven
know?
it, bro? You haven't
Nope.
driven it?
Nope.
Bro, the power delivery is quite brutal, you know. I was like, "Ayah, 1.5 only ma, 3 cylinder." I go, "Ooh, okay oh." Okay lah. Granted, at the high speed, that means at 200, 180, 200 at
you're,
the track, you
you're talking
feel
to
that it's not.
talking to
But
somebody who wants
at
who
the
has a
legal
V12.
speed, you're
Yeah.
like, hey, your mind is like, and then the chassis, right? The chassis, the steering, like you know lah, the
You can
BMW
find
magic lah.
so many videos of the i8 out accelerating the AMG GT when the AMG GT
Yeah.
came out. People were
Yeah.
pitching it against each other, right?
But not only that, what I love about the i8 is the way they tune the gearbox, the steering, the it's what I love about BMW lah. And I'm such a fanboy, but I really like how BMW weave things together. That's not the numbers on the paper, guys. Like when you look at the paper, like okay lah, this is 100 horsepower and stuff. But I think what makes BMW such an amazing cars is how they weave everything together. The electronics, the DSC, you know how it communicates. You know, you can play with the car. It doesn't. You know, like all this fine tuning is what makes a great car. Don't look
Like
at the specs.
like
Don't look at
like
the
if they
specs.
had
Go and
like if they had
experience it.
if the option was there to make the car as quiet as possible, as not complicated and comfortable, it's like no, the car has to be communicative. Even if you drive a 7 Series, for example, the 7 Series, when you drive it, it feels very so communicative compared to anything else you drive, lah. You know.
But I was kind of
Mm.
hoping BMW don't discontinue the i8. You know, they should continue
push it a
on with
bit
it.
more.
Even it's like even though I'm losing money, but for the sake of mankind, you know, I'm willing to lose more.
I8M.
You know,
I8M.
yeah, I want to see because BMW's all this while means huge cajoons. You know, like yeah, yeah. I want to see them continue that. You know, but we just have to wait. We just have to wait. You know,
But
the
it's
i8.
impressive,
It will
lah.
come.
It is impressive. It
Mm.
took me off guard. Caught me off guard.
I almost feel that the world wasn't ready for i8.
Yes.
They were too
yes.
early. They were too soon. They were
Too
too
early.
soon.
And that's about it. Nothing else. You know.
But it was
Like you,
great. It was great marketing, bro, because it's telling the whole world, look, this is possible, right? This is actually possible, guys. And that's when the 330E came out, right?
Yeah.
And I believe when the 330 came out in Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, the sales, people were fighting for the 330E, man, when the F30 came out.
The wait
Yeah.
list was super long, together with the X5 as well, actually. I think the
Because
X5
they
was,
dared to pull that stunt with the i8.
yes.
So Jordan says the Caesar doors is a wow factor.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You know, I anyone who, like, I'll be honest, sorry, I looked down at the i8 before I drove it. I'm like, yeah, I really, a lot of you guys here may be like me. I understand. But when you actually get in one and you drive it, and it's like, wow, yeah.
So our Uncle G from BMW Ingress Auto Media says Uncle G likes i8 too.
Yes. I mean, come on, you park this in front of Bangsa Shopping Center. Your eyes will draw to this more than a Lamborghini or Ferrari. Sorry, but you just look at that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, my wife saw this like last night, like, wow, look at the car. So must be a new car. Malaysia got
Can
this
you
car idea. Yeah, so
can you get a Lamborghini Roadster with scissor doors?
Wow! Hey,
Burn.
the SVO, did
No, it was his
Spider
genuine
was-
question.
G.
Yeah, but
I
it's
was
not- but
hoping BMW could use more of the design language they developed in the i8 into their normal production cars.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that,
More
the layering of the interior and all that, but somehow they choose to keep it unique now. But the design where from the rear you can see like the i8 swallowed a Porsche 911. Yeah, that's cute. Thomas, do you know that? The rear of the i8? Jiang, put out a picture of the rear of the i8 again. It looks like Thomas, you don't know that, The i8 actually swallowed a 911. Hey, Jiang, picture.
I never thought these two cars had any relationship. Like, what
Yeah,
you solo?
I'm trying to see the link. Well, I'm with you, Thomas.
Yeah, the rear.
I-
Yes. Can you see that, Thomas? The number plate area there. It swallowed a 911.
Oh yeah,
Okay
I
lah.
can see a 991.1 there.
Yes.
The light lah.
Yes.
But man, it's a good looking car, and yeah. I thoroughly underestimated this car. And then when I drive it, I was like, man, this is I mean, just the way it performs too, and the way it drives is just like, wow. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
look at the
man.
numbers. Don't look at the numbers. Just a lot of BMW cars are the experience of driving it. They are really epic. Yeah.
I mean, like if we we should just compare to other brands, but yeah, you're right. It's the numbers don't speak the volume for.
No, we have to talk about this because
I'm looking at it.
I know
Bobby,
I know
Bobby.
Ezra is here and Amma is here, but sorry to hijack this a bit, but we're doing a car buying guide, okay? But
Right.
I know I used to be this kind of people. I know there's a lot of people out there. They're like, oh, this car, this many horsepower, that many torque. Yeah, yeah. But what in the end, what it all boils down to how it actually feels when you drive it, right?
Mm.
So if you're looking to get a BMW, right, or you're thinking about it, you're toying with the idea, I seriously urge you, go and talk to some of the guys here at Ingress. Go and check it out. Go and experience it for yourself. The numbers is one thing, right? But the experience defines everything.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's
that's
all
why
I
I
gotta
think
say. Yeah.
people who hasn't
Don't
driven
don't
hybrid
don't
before.
don't do this comparison by
Yeah, yeah,
my car
mm,
this more power, that car more
yeah,
that power.
and
What like
and yeah, and Thomas, this is where I think people who haven't driven before a hybrid, please drive one.
Yeah.
People try
yeah.
to say, oh, hybrid problem. You know what? Yes, hybrid may not be around in 15 years, 20 years, maybe. I don't know. But
Mm.
today we have the ability to use hybrids, and I think it's a unique point in time for you to try hybrids. And to me personally, it's like nothing else. It's something very different, very unique. And you have it only now,
Mm.
and not the future, not the
And
past. So try
yeah.
it.
And
For,
continuing for
for
that,
me,
I just want to say that what I
yes,
love about
Thomas.
BMWs is how they fine tune everything. The gear shifts, the automatic gearbox. I mean, you can get a ZF gearbox, fine, but how they fine tune it to the engine. Every model has different tuning to it. There's a different way of presenting the gearbox, and and that is why I feel it's so worth it. That package. It's just the
Yep.
tuning of it.
You know
The
what,
engineers
guys?
spend so much time doing it. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Thomas, everything that you said, right? Like what you love about your M235i, and then we talk about what are the driving experiences of the 5 Series and all that. And then I say that it's too comfortable, very, very comfortable. Now that I think about it, right, over the past 5 years, may I say, or 3 years, the most BMW car that I've driven in their new lineup is actually the 330i. Even though the suspension is really sporty, but it carries the very essence of what they were and what made them famous. It's actually the 330i. It sacrifices that little much comfort, but it's because it wants you to know what they are made for and
Yes.
how they were. Yes, I can ferry passengers in my car. Yes, I have 4 doors, but I am a BMW,
Yeah. It's
and
it's
this
not
is what I do.
it's not just what it does, but how it does it, the brand, what it makes you
Yes,
feel. I mean,
yes.
my son, and I think
Mm,
you also saw the video, right? My
mm.
son. Okay, I'm an Audi guy, I drive Audi and all that stuff. My son got in the car. I said, "What car is this?" BMW. So what car you like? He want BMW. So some kids are just like drawn to it. There is a
Hey,
romantic idea about the brand, lah. So
to continue Bobby's Ang's case in point, Mercedes 190E and then E30, right?
okay,
Yeah.
E30 sacrifices the right comfort, and you got this four-door sedan, and then
I
you can
success
drive it
lah.
like a sports car, like.
What I'm trying to say is this: imagine the old E30 or E36.
Mm,
If BMW made them very comfortable,
mm.
right?
Oh yeah.
Very soft,
Mm,
long wheelbase, these cars wouldn't have pushed the brand to that kind of
yep,
legendary status amongst
yep.
motoring
Mm.
fanatics. Like you just count. You see, I have a BMW. Con has two. Tana has one. Thomas had it, and Chris V has it. Tom Go 0 to 100 has it. Gisima, not Gisima. Even Autobus editors have it. Almost all motoring editors, right? They have a BMW.
Yep.
And the reason for that is because of what they did back then,
Yes.
which the closest I can relate to in their current model lineups, put aside the M cars, is the 330i, to be honest.
Mm.
Yep. It's the 330i.
Yep.
That car really just sums everything up. Although in a larger package, it's a
Yeah.
much larger package. Yep. So we're coming to an hour with our guest here. So for those of you interested, to meet Amma, to meet Ezra, please go to Ingress Auto this weekend. Is it a two-day thing
2 days.
or it starts from Friday or what?
Saturday and Sunday. But of course, you can drop by anytime before as well.
Hmm.
This
Hey,
which
you might
logo?
bump into me there, guys. So I'm definitely going to visit. All right. So
Ah.
bring my parents there.
Nice.
Well, you want to buy again? Hey, Thomas, you bought 2 cars over the weekend, right?
No lah, not the weekend lah. Over 2 weeks lah.
Over 2 weeks.
Okay, over 2 weeks lah. Over 2 weeks lah.
So what he's saying is this is a new week, Bobby. So
A new week,
Yeah.
can buy another car now this week. That's why.
No lah. The previous one, my father did most of it, but I support him. Yeah. You know.
You need an SUV, Thomas, for your mom.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to get rid of the Mondio first. We have to get rid of the Estima first. Then my mom's car. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, this morning I shared a picture you all saw, not my neighbor. My neighbor, he had previously in his parking is an E90, and then the what's it? The E71 X6. What is it called? Yeah, E71. Yeah, and then the E60 5 Series. Then in one shot, he changed it to the G30, then the G20 M340i, and then the new X6. So I was like, wow, all 3 new ones.
Nice. M340i. Nice.
Then after a while, he bought another 5 Series. So now he has the LCI and the pre-facelift, both G30.
Hey, since we're here, are there units available for M340i? Because I absolutely adore that car. I adore it's a lunatic's car.
Yes, there are units available, and yeah, once you drive that car, it's like something else. It's something else altogether.
Ezra and I really love the car. It blew
Oh
our mind
man.
when we got our hands on it.
Yeah.
I love that as well. But after my Genting run, towards the end of the roundabout, I hold the traction control button and then off, right? The 330i, after I switch it off, one kick on the throttle, and I'm 180 degrees immediately. The M340i.
Yeah.
No, the 330i was easier. The 330i was easier. The M340i, eventually I get to do it as well. Sorry, I'm revealing how media handle media cars. But don't worry, it's not that's not an Ingress Auto unit. That's a that's Sashi one. That's Sashi's problem. I did it easier in the E30i. That to me, that's the essence.
I guess it's because it's a rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's a passive setup. Yeah.
Yep.
Easier to excite. Easier to
Talking about your branches, where are you now located?
So we have 2 outlets, Ingress Auto Damansara and one in Puchong as well. And we have and we have our standalone mini outlet in Bangsa too, along Jalan Maruf.
And our buddy Irfan is there.
Yes, our good friend Irfan.
Hey, mini. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the mini. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it's a BMW in Bangsa because I live in Damansara Heights and I've never seen a BMW in Damansara. So okay.
No, when they say mini showroom, I was like, oh, small showroom. No, it's a mini showroom.
Yeah, I thought it was a mini showroom, like a smaller BMW showroom. I'm thinking like which part of Jalan Marof? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I just
Ezra, what about premium selection? Is it only in Damansara or Puchong also has the premium selection?
The premium selection cars are in Damansara.
Damansara, right? So I just that day I saw an M2 there, M2 competition. So for those who are looking at this, right, don't just think that I want an M2 and I'll go to a recon dealer or whatnot, because sometimes you'll be surprised that from the official ones, they have something that sort of matches the price,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it's a pristine condition.
And it's been taken care of by Ingress.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super low mileage. All right.
There's an orange
go check it
color
out.
M2 competition, guys. Go and take a look at it.
Sunset orange.
Hey, Thomas, I
Sunset
think
orange.
we should do a drive to Ingress Auto this weekend. Let's organize.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Like a plan, guys.
Yeah, bring
Not
your
to buy.
friends.
CC only. CC only.
Not to buy.
Once you see,
No,
once
we,
you
we
see,
go,
you want to-
we just go and talk to the product geniuses. That's what we're going
Yeah.
to do, okay?
Oh, no,
Wait,
Bobby
Anna, when are you
CC.
collecting your car? When are you
This one,
collecting your car?
I'm tomorrow. I'm taking the Porsche. The
Ah,
BM maybe tomorrow or tomorrow evening. Maybe evening. I think evening or afternoon lah. But it's somewhere around there. I'll see.
ah.
Let you know. Yeah.
I wish to bring my E30, but it's currently in the body shop right now. A lot of rust spots being repaired, but I would love to bring my E30 there. Yeah, yeah. Play on
My
it.
my 6 Series is doing soundproofing and foaming at KL Auto. Then after that, I want to change the suspension. So yeah, the larger wheels are kind of maybe need some
Mm.
changes in the. But
I
these
just
are these are for
yeah
seasoned BMW owners lah.
yeah.
Our cars are already out of
Your car
warranty.
is like
We do
10
stuff
years
with it,
plus,
you know.
really, bro.
Yeah. We do stuff with
And,
it, you
and,
know.
and, and all these are all are itchified things. Not the issue problem. We purposely want to make it better. You know.
it's
And,
all
and
the pleasure of the ownership, lah. You know,
correct.
you just want to make it
Absolutely.
better.
Anna
Yeah.
is very familiar with that.
bro, I'm in a good mood today. My suspension for my Porsche is done. I'm so happy. Nothing you say or do can put me down today. Okay.
Okay, okay. I'll let you win today, bro. It's okay.
Okay. Faisal asked, does the M2 competition is it available in Ingress?
Yes, it is at
Yes.
Ingress Damansara.
Hey guys, if you ever want to look for M2, right, or 2 Series, right? I never driven the M2 comp. I've driven the M2. But I also used to own the M235i for a long time. The 2 Series chassis. Any one of you who are spirited drivers, even the 220i, right? It's a ridiculously fun chassis, man.
It's
And
very
a lot of
nimble.
people sell mid engine. I tell you, front engine rear wheel drive is I find to be the easier car to drive spiritedly, actually. Mid engine is a bit more tougher to drive. I still miss a front engine rear drive car. I really do. You know, and if you guys are looking at, I think you guys got a really good offer on the M2 competition. Bobby went and I went to see it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're looking for that kind of experience, I'm sort of. I feel like I'm really over the M2 or the 2 Series, but if you
never
guys
over the
want,
M2, man.
that is a you get in the car, you drive it,
Oh
and then it's
dear.
like, and the
Anybody
way the
here?
car steers, the way the car excites is incredible. I love how the electronic, the traction control works. You know, the Sport Plus mode. You want to
Yep.
commit to oversteer, it will let you go. Then when you decommit, then it's like, okay, I straighten the car for you. Say, whoa,
It allows you to have
whoa.
just the right amount of fun before correcting.
Yes, you have a nanny watching you all the time.
Anybody here want to buy a M2? Thomas offering to come with you to be your salesman.
Yeah.
And,
So guys, this
let you buy one.
I'm
this sums it
genuinely
up.
excited. I'm
Yeah.
genuinely excited because I love the 2 Series. It's for me, it was the E46, like wow, embodied in this beautiful shape. Wow, I love it. I love the 2 Series. Yeah.
So Thomas, have you done stuff like that? Hey, Chiang, why you remove the picture?
I put back.
What?
Nah,
What?
right.
What? Hey,
Hey, can we don't make BMW sound like a hooligan brand, can or not?
Like big Jiang?
It's a fun car to drive. Okay, how we just put
Okay.
that? It's a fun car to drive.
no, I want to explain. You know this picture. I was at a BMW Drive event in Sepang. Then, as I was leaving, the parking lot was rented up by Miata groups, the Mazda MX-5 groups, and then all of them were like doing their stuffs there. And then I inch my car in, like slowly I roll in, you know,
Yeah.
and then and suddenly I just went out there and do you know, I mean after offing the traction controller. So yeah, man, this is the
But it's a testament to how well balanced the car is. Yeah.
So Thomas Yap did in Thailand, remember?
Uh,
I have it on video, bro.
oh,
First I saw the gut saying no, cannot. So I faster.
Correct. Yeah, I managed to record. It's my video. If you see my video on our trip,
Nice.
Vivo and road trip, is there. You know?
nice.
So yes.
All right, guys.
So
Thank you
nice.
so much to Ezra and Amma. Which dealer already? Ingress.
We're in
Yep.
Ingress
Damansara.
Auto Damansara.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can just Google
Damansara.
search it,
They have an outlet in Puchong,
Waze
but
it.
the event is at Damansara.
Yeah, just Waze or Google Map it. BMW Damansara. It'll guide you all the way there.
Nice.
Such a big place.
Nice.
You won't miss it. Trust me.
Why don't I
Yeah.
just get the link? I'll just put it here, all right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our showroom.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, so we got the link showing there. Just check out the comment section. You can see.
Okay, guys.
Okay, guys, thank you, Ezra.
Thank you so
guys.
much, Ezra, Amar.
Thank you for
Hope
putting
you
up with
have
our childish banter from time to time. Because
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Hope to see
Thank
y'all
you for having
this
us.
weekend at Ingress.
We should
Don't
get we
forget to
should
drop
get
by.
Ezra and
I
Amar
shall-
again. back in the
I shall
show.
arrange Tana to talk to Ezar and Amar.
Yeah. I'm the hybrid. I'm a strong believer of the hybrids.
I love my hybrids. Whatever you say, I love my hybrids.
Yes. Come try the G20.
Okay, guys.
Okay, thanks guys.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
Chia,
you.
can we go for a
Bye.
commercial break?
Yeah, let's go for a break and then we'll come back with more exciting stuff. All right. See you, Amar. See you, Ezra.
See you. Bye.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Okay, let's talk Mercedes. No,
Oi!
When I switched to Pro Mileage, in my case, I got 47% of savings for that car.
Pro Mileage was the only one that gave me 5,000 extra value to cover, yet still cheaper, a lot less.
Abang Kon. Selamat datang.
Hi. Oi, good to be back. Sorry, I had to join late lah because just now I was having dinner celebrating my daughter's birthday.
Oh, daughter's
Yeah.
birthday. So your daughter
My
is
daughter's birthday.
today,
My
today.
second daughter. Huh?
And Bobby's daughter same day.
I think I just realized that Bobby's daughter and my daughter are just a couple of days apart.
Ah,
Ah. Small world. I remember
What's
the
up,
time
man?
my
What's up,
wedding. What?
What's up, Con?
Hey Thomas, just finished dinner celebrating my daughter's birthday lah.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
Ayo, so too bad I seem to have missed a pretty interesting discussion.
We were
yes,
just
yes.
fanboying over BMW over the last 1 hour, but well deserved fanboying because Bobby was explaining how most motoring journalists or motoring, motorheads, they have a
Yep.
BMW in their house.
Correct. Some have
they
two.
own one, Yeah.
I'm taking a picture for my friend. He's messaging me. I'm just saying I'm in a live stream. Just 1 second.
All right.
Hello,
What do we do now?
Thomas friend.
Do you have an itinerary in, or do we maybe answer a few questions before the next?
We are now on free flow format. We can answer any question.
Free
Yeah.
flow format. All right. Let's
Free
see.
flow
Anyone
format.
have any questions about car buying? You want a car buying advice or car buying questions? You can ask myself, Tana. Yeah lah. Ayo,
Sorry lah.
BMW
But
without
I
you?
actually I was rushing back from dinner. Then Rachel told me was that there's actually quite a lot of like there were 5 people inside there already. So I said okay lah, never mind. I will go easy on it. because too many voices also would like make the whole chat room very crowded like that.
True. Yeah.
Forum.
Yeah.
Yes, we got some comment. Guys, if you got any questions about car buying questions, come over. We had questions earlier, but now we're coming back. 60, E60, sorry, E60, E90,
Uh,
F30. Smaller the better.
E90 for sure. E90 for sure. If you're really talking about spirited driving, E90 for
Mm.
sure. But the
The
best
F30. Sorry, go ahead.
F30 is the best day-to-day car for this amongst these three.
I would say the fastest car is, let's say we say like, okay lah, 328i to let's say E90 325 for example. The fastest car is the F30, but the more
Yeah.
engaging car to drive is the E90.
Oh, easily.
Hydraulic steering,
For me,
hydraulic
for me,
steering,
for me,
six cylinder, and then you're revving it,
Yeah.
yeah.
for me, the looks of the F30 is like,
You like F30
Yeah.
look lah.
I like that.
Oh,
I do like
actually,
the
I
F30
think the F30 is very, very well styled. Very, very
So
nice.
the F30 is you probably would keep up with your friends, but the E90 you'll smile a lot more. Yeah.
Correct.
You see a Honda Civic, tune behind you, you let them pass because your E90 will not keep up with it. But every time you take a pen, you smile.
Yeah. I mentioned before, right? I did consider buying an E90 as a more modern alternative to an E39 when I was BMW shopping at that time.
Yeah. Hey guys, we've got a guest first before we go into our questions for today. It's from our E1 sponsorship, and today we've got Muhammad Ibrahim. Hey Muhammad, how are you, man?
Yeah, hello,
Ibrahim.
Yes,
Hello.
nice to be here.
Flash.
Team Flash.
Yes, Team Flash.
You guys are rocking it, lah. So before we
man.
proceed, where are we in the season for the E1 race?
Actually, currently the season just finished last Wednesday, and I was the champion of the season.
Yeah. There you go. Bro, the screen just came up, bro.
Came out.
How was I mean, okay, yeah, we know you finished overall winners, right? But how do you rate your progression of your season over the last like 3 months, racing all the like what, eight, 9 races, there were 8 rounds, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the season was really good actually. The mid part of the season was a bit rocky, but the start of the season and the end of the season was pretty good.
So the thing is that now that you have, I remember you had won. This is not your first title, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So now that you have you have won this again and again. Oh, you have 5 trophies here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
from
you have
F4.
I'm curious to ask what was your, sorry to call to butt in. I just want to ask.
Go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask what was the most challenging race this season for you? Which track was it?
The most challenging was probably Le Mans in France. It's a massive track in France, and it's one of the biggest tracks in the world, and it's definitely one of the most difficult tracks out there.
And why was it difficult? Was it because you have setbacks, or because you have tough competition, or just the track itself was a tough track?
Yeah, no, the track was tough because it has a lot of straights. So basically, you have a couple of corners and a long straight, and a couple of corners and a long straight. So it's really easy to keep up. You can never pull away. So it's always an intense race over there.
So we had other competitors on the show, and I think a lot of them were talking about the mental game part of it. And obviously now you've gone to this whole series. How was your mental preparation? And I guess what was the time that you thought you might lose that edge, or you might just like give in to your anger? Was there a moment, or was you like always cool-headed throughout the competition?
No, the main goal is always just to stay as calm as possible. That's the easiest to make it. The best way is to make it simple. Not to complicate matters and.
Yeah.
Because the more complicated you make it, the more under pressure you're going to be. So I just make it as simple as possible. Just do the best you can, basically.
So it's gone through
I noticed that when people drive, whether on track or on B roads, when you can actually read people's emotion by just the way they put their steering input and their throttle, right?
Yes.
You can actually guess what they are sort of feeling at the moment, and
Yeah.
you start to see mistakes showing up. You start to see a bit more reckless,
How much
such a,
control
like this,
did they give to the steering? You can see the wheel
or maybe
itself.
they throttle a bit too
Pitch.
early.
Uh,
You can see that they're not
even
doing.
even with the way they drive, right? A person exhibits body language,
Yes.
driving language. The person's driving language.
Yeah. So it's important to stay positive up here, like no matter how you do, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, basically, like, especially with me, I tend not to have any kind of emotions while driving, because I get into a zone where I cannot really think about anything else, just concentrating on driving, basically.
Ah. So I want to ask a question because I'm not a big track guy, but I recently been on the track with my car, and I how do you I think this is for everyone as well. Maybe it's not driving for you, maybe it's life, right? Maybe you can learn some tips from Ibrahim, who's a child. I always believe success leaves clues. There's always a clue, right? Sometimes you make a bad corner. You just maybe you brake too early, or you attack the apex too early, you throttle a bit too early, you oversteered, or maybe you understeered in the corner. There's always this thing in your mind thinking like oh I screwed up the last corner. How do you have like how do you block that out, or how do you move forward from having a terrible corner, like you spun out, maybe you flew out or something, right? How do you catch yourself mentally? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically, just tell yourself, don't, the worst thing you can do is about thinking about the mistake you did. You should never think about the mistake you did, because the more you think about it, like you go through a corner, for example, and you have a snapper oversteer, and if you think about it, the corner after, it's going to get worse. So it's best thing to forget the mistake and just think about what's coming up ahead. That's the best thing to do.
So the more you think about the mistake, the more likely the
Yes.
mistake will occur again.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
It's
always
best thing to
fearful,
avoid
like
it.
when you make a corner in a particular corner, and you're like, oh, next corner coming out again, the same corner, you get more worried about the corner. But I guess you're saying is you need to just press reset and just back to zero,
Yeah.
do it again, do it again, do it again.
The
Ma-
challenge really is to not let one error compound to another and become a domino effect, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Basically, because the more you think about it, the more it's just going to make it worse, basically. So it's just about taking it corner by corner, not to think what happened on the previous lap, or just corner by corner is the best.
I'm not sure this is a joke, but Jordan says a question: do drivers eat more before they go on the track to increase weight and settle first point of gravity?
Ibrahim, you have real life track experience also, right? Before.
Yes, I'm a
Yeah,
professional, real life professional
yeah,
racing
yeah,
driver.
yeah.
So basically, I
Mm.
started out in 2016 in karting, and in
Mm.
2017 I did my first season here in Malaysia. So I won the
Nice.
championship. I'm the Asia Max champion,
Mm.
and then out of winning the championship, I got a ticket to
Mm.
Portimao, where 72 of the best karters in the world come together. They're all champions of each of their own countries, and I finished fifth there in the world. Then, and basically in 2018, I got an offer to go to UK and do karting there as well. So I spent a season there. And then
Nice.
in 2019, I started out doing cars. So I started off with a bit of F4 and a bit of Formula Renault. And then I think the end of last year, I did another few tests, and I hold the lap record on Sepang right now, actually, in Formula Renault.
Wow.
Mm.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sweet.
So, Ibrahim, you are one of the few people that we have managed to interview who started from real life racing and now you're going to sim racing. So, how do you think your participation in sim racing has changed the trajectory of your progress as opposed to if you have just continued racing in real life only without this whole business of E1 racing?
No, basically, no. These days, every single racing driver, has a sim in their home. So it's very important to do both. If you don't do both, you cannot be successful. So basically, I started
Mm.
off sim racing because it'll help me in real life, and I still have a goal. I'm working on things to do a season next year in real life. So they're basically the sim is a key part to helping you become a better driver in real life.
Ibrahim, I think
Mm.
a question for me. I know a lot of young people out there who are keen into getting into motorsport, and a lot of them don't have the luxury of getting into karting because it's more about timing, correct place, correct timing, and I guess the E1 championship is one way to get into it. The sim racing. What would be your advice to them if they want to become like you and become a world champion in sim, and obviously going out to the karting world and going to some other championships? What would you tell them, and how early do you think they should be looking into training?
Obviously, the earlier the better, and the best place to start is at your local go-kart track. In the fun cars. That's how I started, and that's how
Mm,
every other racing driver starts. So just visit your local karting track and try getting a PC and a wheel and any kind of wheel and pedals. So you just start off that and you just see how
mm,
you progress.
yeah.
And if you're really good, you can progress.
Mm,
You can
mm,
improve your equipment,
mm,
spend more
mm.
time at the track, and get better.
I noticed that like at home I've got my PC and my wheel, and I suck. I am horrible at it. You know,
But
and I realized that what I call that there's so much skill that's involved in this. And I can imagine people who are just trying out themselves at home because there's no training. Just like you try yourself and you learn and you learn and you learn. Um, Obviously you've got like a real world example experience in actual racing, and then you come here. Um, Besides what I guess the framework we have now with Alex Young and his academy, you know, what else is there for, I guess, for people out there to start with racing? I mean, are you on a forum somewhere they can come talk to you? Are you on Instagram? They can reach out to you and say, okay, Ibrahim, can you give me some tips and how do I do this? Like over here, Jordan is asking setup of their sim racing, as basic as that. Where do they go to, I guess, get feedback and ideas and inspiration?
The best place to go is, it depends what platform you're driving on. For example,
Mm,
the E1 Championship was on iRacing. So
mm,
there are a lot of forums on iRacing. You can see, there are many people there out there to help. And
mm.
if you need any help from me, you can contact me on Instagram at Ibrahim Sajid 208.
So there you go. You got an open invitation here, guys. You want to check out Ibrahim? Please contact him. He's more
Yep.
than happy to share his experience. Um, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing to see all this
yeah,
happening. Um,
And Ibrahim, congratulations on your championship. Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats, man.
yeah. Thank you so
so
much, guys. It's,
so
it's awesome being
so
here.
so what's next? I guess what's next with the
Tana,
next
you
next
took my
championship?
question right on my mouth, man.
What's next for you? Because I think we were talking to some of the guys who are racing, and they were like, "Oh, next, this is my vision. I want to go into this platform or this platform or this racing."
Yeah.
What is your ambition, Brahim? Where do you see yourself in, I guess, in a year or two?
Yeah, hopefully, next year we plan out a season in real life racing. Either in the US or either in Europe. Hopefully
Oh,
the
nice.
plan comes together and we can do a championship.
Oh,
Wow,
that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
nice.
It's amazing. So how long have you been racing? I guess from the start to where you are now.
Actually, I'm considered one of the most least experienced drivers because there are drivers who start off at age of 8, 7, 8, and even
Yep.
earlier than that. And I
Mm,
started off at the age of 13. So I
mm.
was pretty old, when I started out. And I was so worried that, I wouldn't have enough time to improve and be successful. But, I just kept at it and, worked really hard.
And mommy asking, how old are you, Ibrahim, now?
I'm 18.
Wow.
Anna, what were you doing
Wow.
when you were 18?
I was depressed that I didn't have a girlfriend, bro. I was depressed. I was like, I need to find
I
some
don't have
girlfriend.
either.
You see, I was like, what do I do? Idle hands are the devil's plaything, they say. You know.
Ah,
So yeah.
I
So
shall,
feel
I
your
shall,
hand.
we shall ask no further, lah, Tana.
Naughty
Oh,
boy.
Ibrahim, one more question that I do want to ask is, okay, so as we know now with the current ongoing situation, real life racing is going to become the races are slowly coming back, and and all the calendars are starting to fill up again. So do you see yourself still participating in e-racing as actively, or do you see yourself moving back towards a more real world racing, and then e-racing is now then kept for you as something of a practice ground for you to further hone your skills?
No, I'm going to be taking both as seriously as possible. Obviously, when I'm doing real life racing, I cannot be on the sim. So it depends on my schedule, but I'll definitely be doing both as seriously as possible.
Well, all the best.
Thank you.
Ibrahim, thanks for joining us. We are looking forward to
Thank
more
you
of your
so much. Thank
competition.
you so much for your time.
All the guys here are car guys, and yeah, we're just excited to
Hey,
all the
yeah, all the best, Ibrahim.
Yep, and it's
Yeah,
been a
thank you
very
so much.
exciting season watching E1 live on the internet. I guess wherever you are, you can watch it. Can't wait for next season coming along.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'd like to thank you all for
Thank you so
having
much.
me here.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim.
It's really nice being with you guys.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
my
for joining
favorite
us.
BMW, by the way, is the F90.
Yeah. And
Cheers, mate.
good luck for your all the best for your racing career in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
All right.
see ya.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so that was Ibrahim from E1 Racing, proudly sponsored by Evo Club Insurance. And season just concluded with Ibrahim as a champion. Very good racer.
It's interesting. 5 years, and he's I mean, obviously he's got other experiences in.
Oh, this
karting
guy's a
himself.
talent. I mean, I actually watched one of his races, and he can drive. Like he can drive.
Yeah, I tell you. Okay, we have now we are coming into Q&A, right?
Yeah.
All
So we shall
questions allowed,
backtrack.
just BMW questions.
How's this one? Non-BM question. This is a Porsche question for a Porsche man.
I got a question I want to bring out because it's my childhood friend. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Can.
No, do you answer? I'll do that. Do the question first. Do the question first.
This is for you. This is a help out chat here.
Oh, something very exciting.
991 GTS and
C63 Black Series.
Wow, Black Series, Wow.
Wow.
Okay, I never driven the Black Series. The C63 is like going to eat you alive.
I think the thing is that, right, the 911 is a finely honed precision machine. The C63 is a brutal monster.
Yes, I think that's a very good way to
put it. This thing will eat you alive, man.
Yes, you have to really work the car, and the sound is.
Yeah. So the thing is that if you're, I think if you're looking at really thrilling and exciting, the C63 may actually give
if you want
more
something,
thrills,
it's your driving style. If you want something agile, fast, agile, the 911. You want something
you can't go wrong with
that's like slap you in the face, like you're not wake up, it slap you a few times, beat you around, throw you upside down. Yeah.
I mean, still, I'll tell you, you have to be a car guy and a deep car guy to appreciate and buy a C63 Black Series, because it's like it's a C63 Black Series. Some guys don't know it, but it's something you actually are passionate about. The 911, obviously, the world. It's 911, like, So
yeah.
And on top of what Tana said, what's your driving style? What is your driving style? You want to carve nice lines, or you want to drive like you want to have a lunatic, like burning tires everywhere? It kind of tells you what you like,
Yeah.
And the thing is that, right, with the C63, right, people will look at you and will say, okay, this one is a real C63 or a C200 or C180. Whereas if it's a 911, right, people, even if let's say if it's fake also, right, it's still a fake 911 Carrera only.
Correct. So for that reason, and the fact that I think Porsche makes you a better driver over time. You get to experience things. I would say
Yeah.
the Porsche. The CC3 is just bonkers, and it's like, yeah, it's
Oh,
bonkers, but is it? What is it trying to get to you? I'm not sure. It's just crazy. Like it's a crazy car. Like,
Yeah.
so
yeah, yeah,
There's no
yeah.
one right answer here. I will answer is like, what's your driving style? What's your
yeah,
driving
All right.
style? Yeah.
Actually, Thomas nailed it lah. If you want a car that you feel confident pushing around, right, it has to be the 911. And the 911 right now, that in the 99s, actually from 991, even 997 generation onwards, they have become quite civilized and quite easy to manage. No, there are no
Especially
more like the
991.1.
yeah, yeah. 997 still a bit raw lah, huh? A bit raw.
Yeah. A bit gila. Yeah, because the weight is still really real. This one they push the engine in a bit, so it's a bit more refined. Yeah.
okay. Let's go next one
Right.
question.
Hope that answer your
From
question.
yeah.
Wait. I got one. My friend Jonas here from Segamat. He's my classmate from
Of
Segamat.
course, okay lor.
Okay.
Of course,
He
okay
say on
lor.
more. Oh, but he saw the one unit automatic, bro. Okay, give you a
Which
context.
generation?
He used to drive a CRZ manual. Okay. So will the automatic be suitable for him or manual?
Manual.
Yeah, the manual is better.
The
I mean,
CRZ is such
see,
a
I think
fun car. It's such a fun
Mm.
car to drive. It's so engaging. I love the CRZ actually. I think it's a fantastic
Yeah.
car to get. But the MX-5, it's automatic. I don't know lah.
Automatic takes away one aspect of the enjoyment, lah, if you ask me. Because
Yeah.
the thing is that the MX-5 does not have it does not have a crazy powertrain.
Nope.
You know, so having a manual in the MX-5, it really contributes to the whole driving process, the whole driving enjoyment process.
Especially someone like Jonah is proficient, super proficient at handling a manual gearbox. He loves driving his CRZ. So when you take that manual gearbox away, I think he will find himself in a space where he's like,
Yeah. Actually, I think from the CRZ going to the MX-5 is not a bad move, but I think look harder, look longer, go for a manual.
Bro, you should buy my MGF manual. 1.8 rear wheel drive, mid engine. Not for sale yet lah.
Nice try, Tana. Nice try.
Nice try.
But not for sale lah, by the way. Okay, but
yeah. All right, let's maybe answer a few more questions before we roll up. All right.
Okay, where to find genuine spare parts with BMW warranty? You can buy from BMW lah. So I think
buy from there are a lot of.
So I think Connor, this is the thing here. Now, if you were to buy from BMW, like certain parts, I will buy from BMW itself. I will go and do it at BMW itself. You know why not? Because like certain manufacturers, they give you warranty when you change with them. When BMW or the Audi or Volvo. Volvo now has got a lifetime warranty when you change parts with them.
But there's a catch. There's a catch.
Not
the Volvo one is not transferable to the next owner.
Correct. So yeah, not the other owner, but as long as you use the car, you can do that. And then like Audi has, I think, 2 years of warranty. If you buy a part with them and change with them, non wear and tear, 2-year warranty is there. So BMW also got the part is there. So some parts, when the price difference of like buying outside and buying in BMW is not so much difference, it makes sense to actually go back to BMW, Audi, or Volvo. But the warranty part here, if you buy outside or like all this proper authorized, not authorized proper spare part fullers, they don't give you warranty per se. They'll say like you buy and then like 1 day, 1 week, whatever, they'll check for it, but that's about it. Once you open up, they won't sell back unless it's a defect in the part itself. So warranty is not there.
Actually, even if you go to an outside mechanic, right? The outside the mechanic, some workshops will give you warranty for repair works if they source the part themselves, because let's say like you see all these. You see, the thing with BMW, I can tell you, is that there are many stockists that carry BMW parts. So you can buy direct from these stockists, or workshops will go to these stockists and buy parts from them. right? Now, but if the workshop go and buy the parts from this stockist, they know that this stockist is supplying them with original parts. The workshop will provide the warranty. If let's say something wrong, they will take the part, they change for you, and then they go back to the stockist and claim. But if you buy it yourself, the workshop does not know what the source of the parts. They won't give you the warranty.
Yep, correct. Yep. Jackson asked about CRZ. The manual. Can we case swap? Yep. I mean, you got money, you can do anything you want, like, you know. Definitely possible.
I think this is
In fact,
quite a popular model.
in fact, a lot of guys, if you see the CRZ forum, Michael, I did a video on it, they are taking jazz headers and putting into CRZ and vice versa. They're swapping around, like, you know, so it's a very swappable, tunable platform, like, you know. So yeah, if I was single and young, CRZ is hybrid, doesn't matter, you know, it's hard to get.
Yeah.
Hybrid again, you see.
Hybrid, you're the hybrid man, lah. Can't wait. I can't wait to watch your review of the 530E.
Oh, it's done. I'll be making it live tomorrow, lah.
Was editing it, yeah. I'm trying to get a different angle from everyone in Horizon team. So mine will be more of the spirited part of the E30.
Yeah, I figured that too. I figured everybody has a different view of it.
Yeah.
And I'm taking also a different view. Like Bobby took the drive and was talking about how refined it is, how it comes together, the packaging bit. But yeah, you know, watch out for the video.
Yeah. Oh, Marcus Dong is getting his 125 this week. Congrats. Hey, if you're talking about the new the F20, the F22, sorry, man, there's a nice chassis, the last of the rear drive hatchback.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice.
I had the 118i. I just wish I had a little bit more power, but the chassis is fantastic. Chassis is fantastic.
Your 118i was the 3-cylinder or the 1.6?
No, mine is the pre-facelift, so it's the Prince engine. Yeah, 118i, the 4-cylinder. Yeah. Jonah have his CRZ, all right? So it's time for you to get a Mazda MX-5 manual, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, one day I'll be leading a drive down to Segamat with my dad. We're going to go through Seremban, Tampin, and then we're going to take 2 hours of B roads all the way to my hometown. Jonah is a developer in Segamat, so there's some really nice, exciting areas to hang out, chill, have a couple of beers and chit chat, or coffee, whichever, right? You know.
Hey, filter
and you know what? And Jonah, you are going to love taking your MX-5 through Seremban, through Tampin, through Alo Gajah. You're gonna love it. Okay, you're gonna love it.
Wow.
Okay, Sealing Chain says drive manual and bad jam and see what you say. I don't know. I mean, I've come to the point I drive manual in jams. It's just like a second nature. I don't think about it.
Yeah. I to be honest,
I have 3 manual cars and soon to be 4 manual cars. I'm okay with it.
It becomes automatic. I don't think about it.
Yes. Does it
Thomas,
suck?
I saw exactly a yellow Megane RS 280.
Whoa, really?
Same yellow.
But you know what? I think that yes, you will suck in the traffic, right? But when you get to the weekend and then you get to drive on the twisty roads, you just forget about all the traffic jam. You just forget.
Man.
You know, you just.
No, I mean, anybody who say about they buy a car, be stuck in traffic jam, guys, you guys have it wrong, because you buy a car to be stuck in traffic jam, you should be okay. I'm in a traffic jam. I want to get out as fast as possible. Once you're out, you're free.
Yeah.
And if you're getting traffic jam and you're like, oh, it's a comfortable car, I want to sleep in the car and it's comfortable, and what's the point? You buy a car to sleep, and like I don't know. You shouldn't buy a car to be stuck in traffic jam.
You see, the thing is that, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Manual or auto traffic jam sucks, right? So the thing is that right now, even though I sold my last manual car, I still plan my journeys to avoid traffic jam if possible. Because traffic jams, at the end of the day, you're wasting fuel and you are adding wear and tear to your car for no good reason.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a
True.
few more questions.
One more. Okay.
Hmm.
Boss Thomas. Okay, not boss. Sorry.
Boss,
Can you share
boss
experience
two.
owner of E30 spare part maintenance headache? Okay. I will answer the last question first. Try to get the one after the facelift, the M40 engine,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
after 97, after 87, because anything before the galvanizing technology is crap. It's their rust buckets.
Yeah. Yeah.
They rust the sometimes you know some people they weld new panels in the between the welding start rusting, Yeah. So anything before 87, try to avoid. Unless you are like, wow, I'm damn brave, I want to do it. That's the galvanizing tech. Even after 87, the galvanizing wasn't so good also, right?
Yeah.
But get the one after. But regardless, before or after, even you get the one after doesn't mean you're out of the woods. Condition. Always it's all about condition. Don't buy the car just because it's 13,000, 15,000, because there's some
Oh
E30 outside like
no,
that.
no,
Like there
no.
is one Pon's friend. He has a blue color E318i E30. Now that one I got it's asking for 29,000. It's been holding there 30,000 for quite a long time. Because I think the owner knows the car is done properly. That's why he's willing to hold the price there. Right? Always the condition. Like my E30, even though I respray my car, actually unnecessary one. I just want the aesthetics only. I got little pimples here and there. It's very small one. I just itchy butt only.
Yeah.
But all things considered, when the guy stripped the car out, there was no rust to the point where you can see through the panel. It's just all on the surface, right? So even for
Yeah.
overpriced 30,000 at that time was a good car. So conditions. I cannot really say. Your spare part maintenance, everything will depend on how well your condition you buy the car and
Correct.
how the previous
Correct.
owner jaga the car. So I cannot give you a one answer. Always look at who the previous owner is, and maintenance wise, always go in the forum. You cannot rely just on your workshop. Go in the forum, get participated, learn about your parts. That's all I can really say. Every E30 is different. Yeah.
And yet at the same time, the E30 is a very well documented car. There are so many enthusiasts for this car around the world. Google will help you find a shit ton of videos, forums, and whatnot that all other owners have went through the journey and detailed the kind of problems that can potentially wait. And if there's one thing I've learned with BMW ownership is that, right, it is very difficult for you to come across an issue where someone else out there in the world has not faced it before.
Correct. Even Malaysia. Join E30 Malaysia, the Facebook group. You get so much information, so much help. And I think because there's a bit of camaraderie, like, we are all E30 people, so we support each other, And sometimes we sell parts to each other. I wanted the bumper, and then one guy from Penang, he's like, I'm selling the bumper. Okay, you sell to me. Then we it's a community there. So, yeah.
The thing is that, right, with the thing with this some of these cars, right, buying and selling of parts is actually a very interesting process. It's a very fun process.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You probably don't. You see, the thing is that it doesn't earn you a lot of money, but it's the people that you get to know along the way
Absolutely.
that takes that part that you don't want but they need and fit into their car. I like the process.
That's funny, Con, you say that. I've got a thing on my phone now. Anyone selling parts for Porsche 996, I immediately get alert and I'm buying them out. So I'm buying parts which I don't need for. I'm just buying and keeping. So I'm like warehousing the parts that is available in Malaysia as we speak. And all the parts that I bought so far are bought from overseas, and I look at them. As you can look at actually, and it's amazing, Yeah. So on that note about interesting cars, are we done with the E30? So the question about
By the way, I've launched a new video of my E30 regarding the respray. I'm launching one soon about my interior. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting more updates about my E30 and stuff like that, so you can find out more. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Last question before we end. Yeah.
Okay. This one is interesting. Here's a T30OE. You want to get an MX for a second car, or trading in the T30E and get a Z4 only as one car. So I guess the question is, are you single? You don't need someone to carry. You don't need to
Yeah,
carry anybody.
and which Z4 or which
Yeah.
MX5 for
But
that
but but I
matter.
guess at the price range, he's probably looking into a newer one from the looks of it lah.
I think what
I
will
would
really help
say
Van is like, sorry, go ahead. Go on. You say first.
I would say go for the Z4 lah, right? Because
I would.
that leaves you an opportunity to try something else, in the future.
Hmm.
I think put it this way. The moment he asked this question, my suspicion is that he doesn't need the additional 3 seats in his car. Right?
Yeah.
If he's willing to
Correct.
put up the idea that he has one car only and 2 doors and a convertible, maybe
Yeah.
he is that kind
Yeah.
of guy already lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would say Van, priority lo. Do you want a car that's comfortable daily? Okay, that's your
Yeah.
priority. Or are you
Mm.
committed to a weekend car, for example, or like a
Mm.
sports
I'm
car?
just
Like
I'm just questioning why wasn't the MX-5 his only car? I mean, like, because you talk about having the MX-5 as top of the TOE, but Z4
yeah,
is by
Mm.
itself because of the price. I guess the price lah, you know. But why didn't
Mm.
you
yeah,
consider MX-5 as actually as your only car? You know, I think
yeah,
The
I think
MX5 is
yeah. So my point is this one. MX-5 is one of those cars which is highly easily tradable. You can buy today and sell tomorrow. You won't lose much.
correct.
You know.
Correct.
So the question now is more of, are you a person that can handle a two-seater car, and is that for you a lifestyle? So get to know that first lah. So I think is if you're going to spend lots of money on a Z4 and it's the only car, and suddenly your
Mm.
lifestyle doesn't fit it, maybe go to the MX-5 as a cheaper option first. Get there, you're comfortable. Yep, I think I'm ready now. Then you can maybe not a Z4, but get something else. You can get a Boxster. You can get something else. You know, who knows? You know,
yeah.
sky's the limit, like, you know. But I think it seems like you're hesitating of whether you can accommodate a one car garage and it's a convertible and it's a two door. You know, so
Mm.
address the issue first, lah. My take on this.
I I have a suspicion that the Z4 may be his preferred choice lah, given the.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, if
But I
money
guess
is so
lifestyle,
up there.
it's about kind of about lifestyle gone. Yes, I say get a
Mm.
convertible, get a two door, fantastic. But if your lifestyle is that you need to carry things, you know, and the work you do where
Mm.
you go, sometimes you need
Mm.
that at least a 2+2. You know, maybe
Yeah.
like an
So
MX-4.
Well,
you gotta figure it out lah.
in which
Yeah.
case,
You know,
neither the MX5 nor the Z4
mm,
offers this lah, right?
mm,
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Like priorities though, Van. Like I give you an example of a mistake I did when I started working, right? When I came back from UK and I started to get my first job. I got a Honda City IDSI because thinking that that's the more reliable car to have. But deep in my heart, at that money I could
I
have
was a
afford
CVT.
a fun weekend car, right? You see, the funny
Mm.
thing is I stayed in the city. I took monorail to work every day. But my Honda City only starts the car 3 to 4 times a month when I need to go and get groceries.
Ooh.
So I should have plunged into, for example, maybe a Ford Laser, right? Which is
hard,
which is
hard.
an epic car to
Mm.
drive, right? And then on the weekend, I can buzz up to Genting or go back to my hometown in Segamat using the Ford Laser. But now I got this
Yeah.
very reliable car. I commute to work with LRT every day, right? So for you, for example, let's say if you don't need one car to commute, right? Maybe if you're committed to having an experience, then you may be okay to not have a 4 door, or like Tana say,
Mm.
So you got to give
Yeah.
compromises based on your budget, lah.
Yeah.
But if you can
I
afford,
mean,
why not, right? Why not?
yeah.
You
If you're
know?
bored, why not? And I think first of all, try to maybe drive your friend's car, whatever. Try to explore, like think about your day. How do you go about doing it? You could be a sales executive carrying on stuff across Malaysia, doing stuff long distances. I,
Yeah.
I, I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know your lifestyle. You know. So point is, as much as I say get the convertible, I say think first what your lifestyle is. Must you
Yeah. And
carry
your
your mother?
use of the car.
Must you carry your mother once a month to hospital? Is that an issue or not?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So think about all those things. So those things are to be considered. And if that's the case, yes, it'd be ideal to have a Z4, but you need the sedan also, lah. You know. So I think it's to answer the question is think about your lifestyle. I all my
Yeah.
cars fit a lifestyle. Simple as that.
Mm.
I can buy a 500K car, but I don't because why I need to have lifestyle. So I get all the segments, like, no. So
How is Bengkel life and lifestyle, Tana?
My cars are
Yes.
not Bengkel Life cars, by the way. My cars are all in perfect
Paint
condition.
perfect size.
They are all good cars, perfectly fine. Okay. After 5 years for alternator to fail, it's not Bengkel Life. I won't be Mr. HP, Lexus man. It's fine. It's only alternator, what? Nothing wrong.
Yeah. But you know what? I want to
No
say a
lah.
different last angle to this question is this:
Hmm.
don't discount the MX-5 just because of its horsepower and NA.
Yeah.
Don't discount it. That
Oh, yes.
car,
Yes.
that car is
Yes.
in my list of convertibles that I like to have. I would think of MX-5 as, like, okay, Boxster. For guys who love Z4, I won't even look at the Z4. I will pick the Miata because I will smile all the way up, and that car is so nice to drive. The Z4 for me always feel a bit lackluster in the handling department, but the power
You know
is
what
there,
I like?
right?
You know what I like about the
Yeah.
MX-5 is that it has a manual roof that you can pull with one hand.
Yeah. But
I mean,
honestly,
it's-
the handling dynamics, the chassis is playful. The chassis is one
Oh,
that you
yes,
can really
yes.
throw around and get. You feel like going for the last 5-10%. Whereas the Z4 does not feel like it wants to go there that much. So don't discount
Yeah.
the MX-5.
Yeah.
Never discount the MX-5. Yeah.
I'm drawn to answer this last question. And again, Thomas haven't got the answer about the Volvo XC60 T6.
What answer? What was the
I don't know
question?
what answer.
They don't
So
have
I
that.
think he's
Wait, which S66 are we talking about? The previous Gen 1,
T6,
right?
we're
The
probably
current.
talking about the last gen, right?
the last gen.
Are you talking about because the current Gen 1, they don't have the T6 in Malaysia.
In Malaysia,
So, yeah. So if you're talking about the previous Gen 1, there are two versions of the T6. There was 2012. 2012, that's a crazy one, man. The 2012 one is the one with the transverse mounted 3-liter inline six.
Yeah, this one I cannot answer the question because I never driven it. Okay. But I heard that this car is rapid lah. Okay, that's all I can say.
It's
but
crazy lah. This car is
torque steer is
crazy.
also an issue with this car, right? Torque steer.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, come on. Who puts a 3-liter inline six transversely in a front wheel drive car? Okay, this is granted. This is all-wheel drive, but it's still crazy outputs lah for this setup.
I can't give you an answer, Nagin. That's why maybe you message me on Instagram. Yeah. I can't give you an answer because I've never driven it. So I that gen of Volvos I never really touched except for the V40, right? But Con, what do you think? You've driven that car, right?
I've not. I've driven the T5, but not the T6. Well, it won't outhandle a 3 Series for that matter, but you have something really, really unique in our market.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, something that's really unique.
Okay, we're coming to end of the show. I guess last one lah.
Yeah.
Buy.
Buy. Just buy. Don't have to think. Just buy. Just buy. Buy.
Go
Okay,
for
guys,
the
thanks.
328 lah, bro. 328 lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, any of the newer BMs are totally fine. Like, get it, like, no issue.
328 lah, yo.
So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on a Monday. Bobby had some issue with his internet out in Penang.
Yeah.
I heard Penang got stormed now. Yeah, too bad. So again, we'll see you on Friday. Isn't the next show? We have Thomas coming Friday. We've got Alex coming on Wednesday, and
you got anything coming on Thursday? Or not?
I've been a bit tired. Like Dibali was there last Thursday. Let's think about it, go on lah. Let's think about it. I might do a show on Thursday.
Okay. Give yourself a break lah. Okay.
Bye.
Good night, guys.